Yeah, the MVP or like coolest strat or not.
All right. Well, hello and welcome everyone to the fourth Blair Community Cup games. Well, I mean, most of you probably actually already finished playing them and you're here to watch the casts. But yeah, either way, I am here. Hey, thank you for the sub, Clef. Um, I hold on. Ah, yeah. All right. I got super distracted by that. I am here with Southpaw, who was hosting the tournament actually. So hello and welcome to you.
Thanks for letting me hop on for the day.
Yeah. So for anyone here who is watching this or going to be watching this for the first time, what is the Blair Community Cup? What's the idea behind it?
Yeah, so this is the fourth year. It's a memorial tournament for one of our community members who passed away from COVID. Um, actually, just a little over 4 years ago. But the heart and kind of purpose behind it, one is to honor our friend's memory, but two, it's to bring people together and just a day filled with community. So bringing old friends and new together, just revolving around a game that we love. So yeah, that's kind of the heart and soul behind it, and it's been awesome to have 4 fantastic years,
And
and looking forward
I
to
think
the
we've
next.
been getting bigger or more players almost every year, right? Like every year there's like I see basically everyone from last year return, plus there's a bunch of people I haven't met yet that are playing this year.
Yeah, I think we've had new people every
Mm.
year, and some old cycle through where the life circumstances happen. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's been fun. The community's been slowly but surely growing, and yeah, year 4 was really good, and I'm already really excited about year 5.
Yeah.
But we'll focus on year 4 right now.
Yeah. Sweet. So yeah, today we're over the next 2 weeks. The plan for me is to alternate. We were split into two brackets this time. The Imperial bracket, which is the tryhards, or maybe the players with more experience, or who are more into the more competitive side, or um, those who have more of that. And then we have the Castle Age bracket, which actually is I'd say by now the Castle Age bracket is as competitive as the Imperial bracket was the first year. Like everyone's been getting
it's
so much better. Um,
it's highly competitive. I was pulling up the scores from the tournament,
mhm,
and it, you know the winner was pretty clear. I won't give it away who that was
mhm.
yet, but across the other, so there were 5 teams total in the castle bracket, and they were all within like one game of flipping positions. So that's pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
from a tournament host standpoint, I like to see like competitive games and balanced brackets. So
Well, yeah,
yeah, pretty exciting stuff.
and from a viewer perspective, it's also, it creates more of that tension in the viewing when you're like, I don't know who's gonna win this year. I don't know who's gonna pull ahead. Uh, but yeah, Castle Age bracket also does include the players who are generally a bit newer or don't play as frequently. shout out at this point to my brother who opened this game twice a year, once for the hidden quests and once for the tournament. But yeah, still a good time. That's the issue with community games for us Europeans being at 2 a.m. But you know, hey Angelic,
we
thanks
should
for the
work on
lurk.
that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we can get into the first set. So yeah, as I was saying, we're going to be alternating Castle Age and Imperial Age games, starting with the first round of Castle Age bracket games. Then Saturday on the next scheduled stream, we'll do Imperial bracket games, and then the next stream, the second round of Castle, and so on and so on. There's a total of 4 rounds of Castle Age games and 3 rounds of Imperial Age games. I've won half the time I want to open it, so that's a fair
What a
argument.
legend.
Yeah.
Just imagine if you open it more than just twice. How great you would be.
Yeah. Hey, Pack Slayer, welcome. So yeah. Without further ado, I think we're gonna pull up. We said we're doing
I'm on second,
Woad
number
Raiders
7.
versus Berserks. Yeah. Real quick before we actually start the game, Woad Raiders versus Berserks. We had 6 players. So teams of 3 in the Castle Age bracket, and I think I should actually have the draft here. We did a map draft, and we had some really fun maps this year. Just make
That's
sure
what I like to hear.
I'm pulling up. Boom. Is this correct? Yeah, Berserks versus Woad Raiders. So 9 maps in this tournament with alternating bans and picks in a weird pattern that tries to balance it out as much as possible for everyone. But as you can see, each team ended up having 2 bans, 2 picks, and there's a neutral map that we started on, which in this case was Grand Barra. It is only, I think, in this bracket 2 games played. In Imperial Age it was 3, and that's again because there was, in exchange, Castle Age got more rounds but fewer games per round. So it all works out. Somebody who's, much better at scheduling came up with this than me.
Yeah, so we used the same map draft for both Imperial and Castle. The difference was with the Castle bracket, I think that probably could have been a little bit more clear, but I think what happened a couple times was with the admin pick, what was supposed to happen was that was supposed to be considered a ban, and then each team has just 1 pick of their home maps.
Okay.
But I believe we're going to see some sets where the admin pick is going to be game 1.
Okay.
And then, the winning player chooses the next map, or the losing player of game 1 chooses the next one. But, as long as games are being played, I don't really care.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was too much issue with across the board either, so.
Yeah. And I mean, each team still got their 2 bans for the maps they really didn't want it there to be kicked out, so, But yeah, we'll go ahead and hop over to Castle, not Capture Age, there we go, that's what I'm trying to say.
Castle Age wasn't bad.
Yeah. Well, we're already in. Well, we're not starting in Castle Age. Where? Yes. Okay. So we're at second 7. And we are starting with. Oh, I should hold on. Uh-oh. Remind me.
So purple is going to be the Berserks.
Okay. I wish I could spell you guys. That would really help. That works out, because Berserks is more of a purple color and Woad Raiders is more of a green color.
I know. And it's going to be play all 2.
Yep. Okay.
Perfect.
I think we're set.
And then tournament stage. I think this is round 1, if we want to throw that in there on the tournament stage. Yeah, that works. Good enough.
Nope, too late. We're doing it. We're adding custom images for each team. No, just kidding.
Ooh, do we want to put, what we could do is we could put flags for where people are from. No.
Let's see,
National. I think everyone's US based in this one. Yep.
Can use a country flag. Uses a country flag, but it doesn't actually give me a country.
Huh.
But it's also only like, first of all, it's, oh no, I can just pick a flag. It's a drop-down menu. But image.
They're all US though, so at least in this set.
Yeah, but then do we do US and then not US? I don't know, man. We'll just leave it as is.
Can we just do US state flags?
Next year, each team is allowed to send me a custom logo that's going to be super tiny and super hard to see.
I like it.
Yeah. All right. So we're on second 7, starting on Grand Barrow, which in this case was the admin map. And you're on second 7 as well?
Yeah, let's roll.
Cool. Then I make sure I'm on the correct overlays. I am. All right. Cool. Then 3, 2, 1, start. Okay.
Oh, what a start.
So we have in the northwest the Team Berserks, Darkzak as the Incas, JD playing as the Franks, and Bismarcking as the Japanese. All solid civs in their own right. And I think we're going to see some of these in other sets as well on this map, actually. Yeah, but more on that in future casts. Yeah, and then in the south we got Dino Dragons as the Celts, Thorin as in green as the Spanish, and Ranger as the Franks. On flank instead of in pocket. So I'm curious to see what different approaches, or if we see much of a different approach from Ranger and JD with Franks on pocket versus flank.
Yeah, on flank. Yeah, it'll be really interesting. Yeah, so what do we miss? What do we miss?
We have Bismarcking has found some goats that belong to Ranger. And they're going. But are they gonna run into Rangers? No, Ranger might find these. Ooh, they'll run right.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, nice save. Woo! Okay. So from what I'm aware of, I don't know if much laming actually happened in the Imperial bracket, because this is the first year we've allowed laming. But I think it happened a lot in the Castle bracket. So let's keep our eyes peeled.
I know this was like, as much as like, yeah, I get to lame. I didn't have. There aren't many maps where there's a big chance. Oop, the goats are taken back by Bismarcking. There's some serious contests going on for these goats, you guys.
I think these goats are having crisis of identity. They're just not really sure where they need to go.
They're like, am I team blue? Am I team teal? I just don't know. But now Bismarcking is actually going to escort them to make sure he keeps them, which is a good move, I think. Unfortunate for Ranger, though, who is now 2 goats down, which is going to impact. Now, he does have the advantage that with the Franks, he picks the berries faster, which compensates that a little bit, but that also means the berries are going to be depleted faster, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to play. This map is a little bit different than a standard start, because normally you have 4 sheep close to your TC, and then you have 2 sets of 2 sheep kind of scattered about, which is the same. But then normally you have 2 like elephant, boar, rhinos, and you kind of the big wild hunt. In this particular map generation, they substitute one of like the boar elephants for another flock of like zebra and ostriches. So you can't actually lure it to your town center quite the same way. So you either have to push them or build a mill out and mill them a little bit further away from. Yeah. Ooh.
To answer your question, Clef, KD says 0-0, so Dino Dragon did not lose a bill to the elephant. I did just kind of go around to check for that as well, because I was like, yeah, that's something I need to be tracking if it's on the bingo.
However, I do think that JD might have, because he is down 1.
He is down 1 bill, so probably, and there's an elephant there.
That's right. There's KD is 0-1.
So yeah, unfortunately, I didn't track that because I was busy with something else. But
did you post a bingo card somewhere?
It's ! bingo in chat too.
Question is, can casters play too?
I don't see why not. Hold on, update the title.
Let's see here.
Probably post it on the Discord as well, because. First person to complete a bingo and send me a screenshot of it is entitled to a free base game of Age of Empires 2 DE if you do not have it or want to gift it to someone, or alternatively a DLC of your choice. So high stakes, people, high stakes. There is a lot of hunt here. Look at this. Look at this big group of hunt here right by Dino's base.
Oh man,
that is so
nice. You just
nice.
drop 1 mil and you.
Big scout fight.
Glorious.
Big scout fight. And I think Dino Scout is going to go down to the Eagle. Nope. Still alive.
But did get some nice damage on JD though.
He did.
So,
And boom, there it goes.
this guy's down. Oakenshield is coming in to help, but arrives just a little bit too late.
Is now if these scouts separate though, he should win this against the eagle. And this scout is weak enough that I think the scout's gonna go down to the TC. Just no.
Hovering just outside. It's like, come on, just garrison. Just see what you can do. Go. And we've got Bismarcking Scout just chilling right over by the elephant of Ranger. We're going to see maybe a potential lame.
We have
just,
a forward
just
barracks from Bismarcking. We might see a drush.
Ooh. Aggression. I like it. I like it a lot.
Be good. Okay.
And even if he doesn't do aggression, like his wall's really far forward, so he's securing a lot more map control for his team.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
So unique thing about this map, so we didn't really talk about this map too much beyond, the initial food spawns. So there's actually really limited gold at your starting base. So you have 2 sets of 2 tiles, and the rest of the gold in the map is all in the center. All the relics and just huge gold piles. And the only way to get there is to cut through the dividing wall of trees. So most of the tree line is 2 to 3 trees thick. Just kind of depends on the angle of where you cut through. And that's generally the way you want to play this game, is you want to establish control in the center so that you have access to gold, so you can build those expensive power units to, have a stronger army versus your opponents.
Yep. And I think Thorin is going to be the first one through. He's got 1 tree left on 3 separate tiles here, with what, 70 wood on each. Got some villas picking away, so I think he'll have an opening fairly quick.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. So Thorin, just from a skill level standpoint, was the #1 ranked player. So there was kind of like a snake draft style when I was making teams based on skill level. And Thorin was the first one out of the Imperial bracket. So he came really, really close to playing in the top level. So excited to see what kind of level he brings to the team. He's playing as a great color. I mean, being partial to green.
Yeah. You being partial to green, what? We have more goats.
I didn't play green once at all. Like, come on.
Well,
it felt weird.
Should have. Well, I guess no. It's not even a flank.
Color. It's a pocket. It's a pocket color usually.
And I guess you played some pocket and some flank, if I remember. But ooh, chat says orange is better.
All right.
Me, as someone who played a lot of orange this tournament, agrees. Ooh, and I think Thorin is gonna take out the eagle with his scout.
Very nice, very nice.
Alright, so a bit of health lost, but definitely worth it, and now the scout count is even. In the south, Bismarcking expanding, and like you said, turning this barracks actually into a forward wall, and he's going to have archers ready soon, and those do not have a long way to go to get to Ranger's base. Barracks is coming up from Ranger, and Feudal Age is coming in, so he might be able to respond to that fairly quickly, but I don't know if he's seen it yet.
Yeah, but you're definitely like seeing the result of losing those sheep. Like his economy suffered a little bit. Like he's had to readjust and figure out new ways. And I don't know if he scouted
scouted what?
Just if has he scouted his sheep and stuff? Let's see here.
So there's no more sheep left for Ranger. He hasn't
taken his hunt.
Oh.
Sorry, his hunt as well.
I don't know, but he can't take it. The scout is guarding the elephant and would see the hunt as well. He's kind of stuck in this base. He's been focusing pretty heavily on berries, and here come the archers.
Yeah, it's definitely playing to the Frank's bonus with the berries, but yeah, those archers are going to do some nasty damage. So we'll see how it goes here.
Potentially, it is 3 archers. They do have fletching though, so yeah, and yeah, that eco's gonna have to run.
Go.
1 mil down and another one pretty low. I think, yep.
All right, but on the other side, we've got it looks like Oakenshield is building a couple of scouts, and he's halfway up to Castle Age, so hopefully he can get some good support in for his ally here.
I'll have to hurry though, because Ranger's down to 5 vills.
Oof.
And that spear is gonna go. He's
a nasty raid.
Yep. Alright, got some scouts from Bismarck coming though. Reinforcements are on the way.
Alright, they're coming. Let's see, do these scouts have armor on them? No armor, so I think really, actually, those archers should be able to deal with those scouts.
Potentially. It depends on how much attention Bismarcking is playing. And Thorin is doing a good job focusing both scouts on the same archer at the same time. But Bismarcking responding, scout kiting, and there go the scouts. Now he is
but walking right into the town center. Oh, very nice, Ranger.
So,
taking out one archer.
And pushing back some of the others.
Alright, but a lot of HP taking off those archers. I like it.
More reinforcements on the way from Bismarcking, though.
Alright, so on the other side, oh, it looks like Darksack towered his gold. So he's just kind of locking down that front flank a little bit.
And Thorin is in the middle. Now, there's a bunch of scouts running around in the middle as well. But not doing much, but he has a TC going up on the gold, so he's going to be in a pretty good position here shortly, I think.
I think so, and is he the only one? He is the only one in Castle Age, so he's going to start drawing away with this, I think, a strong bill advantage here. Though Darksack's got a nice little economy rolling. Like, he's got, what, 13 on food at this point? He's got the bill lead over Thorin right now. But Thorin did go up to Castle Age, so that does kind of delay things a bit.
Right, and yeah, Darksack market is going up, so he's getting ready to go there as well.
So let's see here. JD just kind of slowly but surely just kind of booming up a little bit more himself.
Yeah. And actually, he is open to the center as well, so he could start thinking about. Yeah, and he has the resources to go up to Castle Age and the buildings. So, and Castle Age is on the way. There we go. So he should be able to drop a TC in the center shortly as well. Yeah, lots more players actually with openings, and now Thorin's scout will come in, and this is still the same scout fight from earlier, but he will pull back. That's not the TC, and this is an uphill fight.
Oh, nicely done, JD.
Very nice. Villagers coming across from Darksack. I wonder if he clicked them outside accidentally.
They coming through. Oh, interesting.
I
wonder. Yeah, because he's not actually cut through all the way, so I think he might just be
accidentally hit a tree on the outside, so now they're going all the way around. That's a bit unfortunate, but at least it's
not gonna lie. I did that myself.
Yeah, it's rough because you don't notice it, right? Unless you get attacked, in which case you're kind of stuck. But like, it's not the kind of thing you're prepared for.
The funniest part is like when you find them when they're like, let's say where Darksack's fields are now, and you see them, you're like, how did they get there? Like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
Alright, and we got over here Dino Dragons. I like how compact Dino Dragon space is. Like, it kind of shutting down like just easy raids and can easily protect their economy really easily, which is pretty cool.
Yep, and third TC coming up from Thorin, so his eco is gonna be rolling.
Alright, and he has some knights on Bismarcking's archers, so kind of helping his ally a little bit.
A lion is attacking the two vills. So
okay, so he's got +1 armor now, so he's going to be able to kind of tank a little bit more. Oh, and we got the elephant lane.
Oh, there it is. Although this is a bad
question
time
is,
to be
will that elephant kill?
He's gonna go back. The knights are gonna block him. Ooh, all right. Bismarck does have one spear ready, and this is a Japanese spear, so it's going to be attacking faster. Still goes down, but does a lot of damage to that knight. So the archers will take out one, and there's 3 more spears on the way. And I think Thorin may need to pull back here. I
think so, but he did clear up all the archers before Castle Age, which is really huge. So that crossbow pike or the crossbow spike, power spike, is not going to be near as effective. Yep. Ooh, nice wall coming down for Darksack. He is really.
That is a wall. Oh, and that is a lot of... Whoa, where did all those spearmen come from? He's ready for Cav, man.
And what does Dino Dragons have? Ooh,
Pelts.
Swordsman.
Yeah. Not going to be quite as good, but with those numbers, I think they'll still win. Another second TC coming down from JD, actually opting for a wood TC in the back, I guess.
Cool thing about the wood in the outside of the map, it has 200 wood on the tree instead of the standard 100. So, it's going to go a little bit longer.
It's actually quite amount of resources. It might also just be to have a safe TC to boom from, right? Because then you can throw down some farms, access that mining camp over there. Second TC from Bismarcking, going for the gold.
Yeah. Like it.
Yeah, with
Alright.
the knights clearing up and now kind of defending, Ranger's actually able to get his eco going again.
Ooh, we have another lane. It looks like Darksack was able to find some of Dino Dragon's sheep and are running them back.
Yeah, those have been chilling up pretty close to where that market is for a while now. And I wonder if they actually scouted that market. Hold on. They did. So those valuable scouting information from the stolen goats.
Whew. Man, these goats have some serious issues about loyalty and.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the goats on this map, man.
Alright, so it seems like we've kind of hit like a little bit of a stabilizing stage of the game. So no one's really focusing on producing a ton of army. It's mostly just continuing to work on their economy a little bit more and setting the stage for the later game. We got Dino Dragon coming up to Castle Age here, about a minute and a half out.
Yep, and I think most of the other players, like you said, are focusing on economy. That is okay. That is a dead lion.
I don't know, man. I think you can do it.
A lot of players just take Castle Age, so yeah, that is kind of why they're focusing on eco, getting those additional TCs down, smoothing it out, maybe looking at some upgrades as we see pikemen coming in. Darksack.
Fascinating. I mean, that's a great upgrade for the number of, like, you at 22 pikemen now, or 23. Whew.
Yep.
So they probably won't be able to kill Dino Dragons, but man, it would cause a whole lot of issues if I sent them in now.
Just idle the entire eco just by kind of scattering it across everything.
Alright. But just the Vil lead, though, it's actually a 10 Vil difference in favor of Berserks. But Thor has a really nice boom going on right now, so really heavily compensating since he got to Castle Age so much sooner.
Yeah, and that's kind of helping to cover the kind of setback that Ranger had from those early raids.
Ooh, and it looks like he's going on to Stone, so maybe we'll see some Conks. Conquistadors would be fun.
You have and he actually buys 800 stone.
Wow.
So
all right.
Definitely
prediction. Where's that castle
like
gonna go?
I think a defensive castle, somewhere between this building wall from Bismarcking and Ranger's base.
Ah, so you think he puts a forward at Ranger's base? I predict he's gonna put it in the middle, securing some gold. That's my guess.
Well, he's got a bunch of vills going forward to this gold. Of course, in the middle, as actually Darksack is on the way up to Imperial Age, and it looks like he's looking to go Eagles. I love that. Eagles are the greatest.
Dude, with this so much gold on this map, Eagles are a fantastic unit.
Yeah, now the one thing that he needs to do then is go to the center to access that gold, because even with the Inca's discount, you still need gold.
You still need gold. And he's on his last, he's got what, 1,200 more gold, it looks like, before he'll have to move on down.
Something like that. Yeah.
The Thorn came really far forward with that castle.
That is super far forward. Now,
question, is that a forward castle, or is that a semi-forward castle?
It's a pre-forward castle for the TC that is going to be coming down here.
Now, Bismarcking's castle, now that I would qualify as a forward castle.
Yep. Now, he'll have to make sure he sends
is going to be in a world hurt. Though, I don't know. That is a lot of knights, and I mean, we've got 6 pikes?
6 pikes.
Versus, 7 knights with +2 armor. I think the knights win. We're going to see a down castle.
Well, it depends on when he takes this fight, or if he starts building first. Forward-ish castle from Darksack as well. In front of his walls, at least, but kind of building a base of operation.
Like that one.
It looks like it's forward, so he can build production up there and have a forward base of operations without getting, without overextending himself. So, solid crossbow coming in now for Bismarcking, but only 3 archers at the moment.
That's a dead Vil. That's 2 dead Vils.
No, Bismarcking doesn't notice the Vils all go down. Now the pikes will engage, and only some of the knights engaged initially, so this is going to be a costly fight.
I did forget those were Japanese pikes.
They're Japanese. I think by sheer number advantage, the knights are still going to end up winning out.
Yeah.
If it,
Ooh, very nice from Dino Dragon. She's sorry, on the other side. It looks like she's dropping a defensive castle, so she's going to be protecting that her pretty much her entire economy.
Capped Ram coming in. Not a Doubt Castle, Paxslayer. For a Doubt Castle, we need to be at like 90% completion and then have it denied. This was denied at like 2% or 5%, and Bismarcking actually pretty quickly deleting the foundation, recouping most of that stone, and will opt for a defensive castle, which I think is a good play here. I think to buy him time to get that castle up, he needs a stone wall behind this palisade, but if the knights, or at least behind the house, he does have more pikes coming in.
And we've got some raids coming down in the center as JD is trying to build a castle, but it looks like Thorn is coming forward to, it looks like, hit Bismarcking's gold, which is really his only gold access right now, so that's going to seriously hurt his endeavors to get up to Imperial Age.
Ooh, yep, and with Conks as well. That's Vild's going down. And
oh, he doesn't notice.
No,
oh,
he's
painful.
busy. He's busy with the knights down here right now, and that's where all his military is as well. So that is unfortunate.
Oh, so still killing Vild. You know, I am a little worried for Dino Dragons though. Like the army is getting bigger. A couple cap rams. I don't know if Celts are going to be able to deal with that at this stage in the game.
And we are getting Kameyuks as well.
Which Windmasts are very strong. They have the extra range, so they have one range, so they can kind of stack on each other and all attack at the same time. It's a cool unit.
I'm coming in for Bismarcking now as well. Sorry, not Bismarcking, for Thorin. And for Dino, actually.
We got the Super Boom coming on from JD.
4 TCs.
Going what? 4 TCs. He's setting himself
5
up for the late game. I like it.
That is gamer legend levels of booming.
Is this Doubt? Are we watching Doubt play? Kameyuks are one of the coolest.
Castle, so.
That's fair. That's fair. I do like that he is placing a TC on his gold, on the gold, so that he's going to secure some of that gold income.
I like that Dino is using this full map control that they have to start grabbing relics.
Ooh, I do like that. So getting a little bit of that extra gold income. Got 2 routes already. Hopefully we'll have a 3rd here. Alright, so just from an army and village advantage, it does look like Berserks have a slight lead currently. But we'll see. We'll see. It looks like yeah, Thorin Oakshield's on his way up to Imperial Age, and I think once he gets there, we're going to see some trebs. And I'm a little worried for Bismarcking's forward position on that gold. I don't think he has the right unit composition to fight Conks.
No, and well, I think also he's most of his military is focused on the flank, so I think this is where JD may need to come in and assist. And JD has a castle here. Has a lot of resources, so if he goes up to Imp now, he can get a treb push on the side here and take down Thorin's forward position, which will really help out Bismarcking as well.
Agreed. Yeah, I think if they can push Thorin's forward position, I think Berserks would be in a fantastic position.
Ooh, Paxslayer, everything dies to demos. Absolutely everything that gets too close to demo will die. Alright, big push coming from Darkzak. Now the castle will do a lot of damage to these pikes, which will actually, I think, find some Vil kills here, but the Rams will work around the castle. Just need to...
Yeah, I think that castle's going to go down. There's just no army from Dino right now. Oh, but we did get a Woad Raider out, so we'll see. And it looks like the units are tasking the castle, not units,
no. Woad Raider went down, so that was noticed, or the units weren't tasked. There are a lot more Woad Raiders queued up, actually, and they do a lot of damage, but I'm just not sure that's going to be enough. You need to repair that castle if you want to keep it, and yeah, I think this is...
only 50 stones, so I think, I think that's coming down.
Yep, and the push will continue, and...
Yeah, but we do have Thorn coming in to help assist, so the Conks are coming, so it's nice to have that mobility from the pocket player to help jump from side to side.
Especially against that amount of pikes.
I mean, it's a little less than it was. There was, what, 23 going into it, so...
And actually a Mangonel here as well, which... unfortunately goes down.
Some nice micro from Thorin there.
Yep.
And just drawing away. And it looks like Down Dragons has longswords now. So longswords will be able to clean that up.
Yep, and this push will get cleaned up, but that does buy some time for the middle here, as
Looks like Bismarcking was able to get another castle up to kind of secure his gold position a little bit. Though, he's kind of cut off from all the other gold piles. Like, that's his only gold.
Yeah, which, to be fair,
It's a lot of gold.
Yeah, hold on, how much is this? This is like...
Well,
yeah,
let's say 4
4
times
4,000.
8 is 24. 24. Yeah.
It's about 4,000. So it's a good amount. It'll last him a while. As we have Andean Sling coming in from Darksack, which is actually a really good choice, going slingers against infantry.
I'm curious how they do versus Conks. I think Conk's damage output's really high. But, I mean, Slingers are a cool unit. I got to play them a little bit this term as well.
Well,
and
an Andean Sling removes the minimum range not just from Slingers, but from Skirms as well. And Skirms against Conks is just fine. And being able to remove that minimum range can be helpful if they, Cav player, in this case Conk player, tries to charge you down and get within that range. So.
And Darksack does have a couple monks too, which will definitely help quite a bit. Ooh, do we have a fort castle? We got some vills coming forward.
Third castle coming up in this line from JD and Imperial Age coming in, so he's going to be ready to spew out trebs. Speaking of which, though, we have triple trebs going on this castle from Bismarcking, who is preparing walls. Unfortunately, those are only palisade walls, so that's not going to do a lot
the castle's going down.
Oh, I mean, fourth treb
another thing
out.
about the center is most of the middle is cracked terrain, so fun note about Age of Empires is if you build a building that's touching cracked terrain, it is going to be weaker. I don't actually remember the exact percentage, but it is definitely weaker. So yeah, so Slingers don't do well versus like heavy cav, but I think Conquistadors are a little bit different because I think they're considered like an archery, like a cavalry archer unit, which might be a little bit different than infantry. So I still don't think they do well, but I think they do better than versus like Cavalier or something.
Alright, the JD is coming forward with a lot of skirms, which should be able... Ooh, unfortunately the Cavalier are here to protect the Kongs, but at least this buys a bit of time for Bismarcking's trebs to try and take out this stack of trebs, and they will actually get one from Thorin, so well done. He will lose one of his own as well.
They're coming down, and those were some... Wow. Thorin just hit 3 treb shots in a row. That was...
Yep.
4 trebs. That was incredible. I wish my trebs shot.
Ooh, Halb
like
is in from Bismarcking, though, and now if he can get production rolling, Japanese Halb, Thorin's going to have to find something else to do, the cavalry. Cavalier also on its way, actually, from JD. And
he's got a lot of resources. It looks like JD could use a little bit more on gold. Like, his food economy is fantastic. I love seeing almost 50 farmers.
Well,
like,
he's actually tasking another 5 vills just got moved to gold, so he's working on that.
I do like it, yeah. If he's going cav, I think you want closer to like 30 on gold, I think would be good. But, he's got a lot more than he did a second ago, so I'm excited to see those knights coming out.
Yes, Paxler, all these should be published on the YouTube channel within 24 hours of the cast. TC back for Bismarcking. This is currently his only TC, but he has a lot of Halbs queued, man. That is a lot of Halbs queued.
He's got what, 18 currently? Yeah, those Halbs should clear up this Cavalier.
Yeah, another 20 in queue, so those should clear pretty much everything. I mean, sure, the Conks will, with enough micro, can deal with them, but this is a good way to defend himself. On the other side, big push coming in actually. Oh no, sorry, the Conks aren't part of the push. All right, so push is coming in, and the Kamyuk will, however, I like the I like the monks. I like that the Kamyuk are coming from both sides to try and trap those Conks, and yeah, Thorin will be forced to retreat here. And regroup with his other Conks, and now Darksack should probably retreat his monks.
And it does look like Thorin was able to clear up the Halbs on the other side too. So Bismarcking's entire economy is idled right now.
And Paladin is coming in for Thorin. And Elite Eagle Warrior is coming in for Darksack. Let's go! That is the actual best unit.
No, I agree with Cluster. Longboats are the best, man.
No. It's either Elite Eagle Warriors or Elite Jaguars. Probably Elite Jaguars are cooler, actually. Just, you know.
Nah.
Alright.
They are a really cool unit.
More
But
Halbs
anyway.
being pushed out, clearing up the Trebs, clearing up the Cavalier. That's the word I'm looking for, you guys. And Cavalier coming in from JD as well. So this push will get cleared up, and they can actually look at pushing back. Trebs are there from. Ooh.
So, yeah, JD just took out one of Thorin's forward castle positions. So if he's able to mass up his Cavalier a little bit and move forward, he could completely clear up Thorin's forward base.
Yep, and there's another castle in the north here, so Thorin actually, like, this position isn't going to be able to last forever, and that's a lot of skirms, which are actually taking out the conch, so nice touch from JD there to get another group of those going, and now he can push forward, and the military count is.
I was about to say, that's a
70 to 20.
huge difference there.
Arguably, yes, no TC gaming, because Bismarcking for like a minute was without a TC after his starting one got taken out, and then until he got this one built. I'll allow
I feel
it.
like it counts. He had no TC.
Yeah.
He was still playing.
We didn't put a limit on it, so, and the Elite Eagles are coming forward, the Kamiok are coming forward, the Trebs are coming forward, Dino Dragons is in trouble.
But we've got a remastered Paladin force taking out the forward Treb from JD, so he's going to secure that position for a little bit.
Briefly, there's a lot of Halbs coming towards those Paladins.
That is a lot of helps, and they are chewing right through those Paladins.
Now the Paladin will take out the group of Skirms before that, but there's Cavalier behind him, there's Halbs in front of him. Paladin coming in as well from JD.
Ooh. Just slightly better army coordination, I think Thorin would have been dead there. But he does have, what, 8 stable production at that forward position, and he's got gold in the bank and plenty of food, so...
Plus his Paladin have the advantage that they're fully upgraded, while JD, even once he gets to Paladin, will only have the first armor and attack upgrade, so that'll help in the fights for sure.
Yeah, it looks like Ranger is slowly but surely climbing back into the game a little bit. He's got a knight on the field, kind of securing his base a little bit more, so if Bismarck ever tries to move back out.
Ooh, yep, electric stone walls.
Yeah, and he is on stone, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a castle from him just to kind of help further bolster that defensive flank.
The Trebs took this castle out from Thorin just before they went down to Paladin, and Thorin just drops another castle in the same location. It's like, I don't care, dude.
I like this spot. I like this spot.
And, well, the Paladin are overwhelming the Halb numbers.
I mean, I don't think Bismarcking has the economy to keep up against it.
No.
Like he's
right now.
out of food.
But in terms of military and eco, we're actually back to a pretty even game right now.
Oh, Darksack is putting a lot of pressure on Dino Dragons. So
each team is pushing one flank and retreating on the other. More forward castle coming out from Darksack. Still not a get out of my game castle, but definitely it's gonna deny this gold from Dino Dragons.
And Dino's kind of in a bit of a pickle trying to put a defensive castle, but
I don't think that's gonna happen. Look, there's cameo all over those villas.
Yeah, it was nice. Nice cut off there.
I don't think those Elite Eagles have.
I think they're missing.
They don't have fabric shields yet.
But at the same time, they still have a lot of base pierce armor, so they're still going to be able to raid quite nicely.
Yeah. Now, Champion will do quite nicely against the Eagles, at least. Although they don't have upgrades, but still, it's Champion. But the Kamiok are kind of a problem, as they will just kind of... But on the other side, the Paladin, I don't think...
This is a really interesting game. Like
the Paladin are coming across, and I think are going to try and help out Dino here.
I think so. So, but we have a really big Paladin mass from JD down the center. So all of Thorin's knights are trying to come to help Dino, or just going to run right into that army.
They are, but Thorin's Paladin should win that fight easily. They have twice the HP, and
that is true.
Also
he has
twice
a
the
lot.
Numbers. And yeah, JD's going to be forced to retreat.
This is a fascinating game because like one flank, like Bismarcking's down to 20 vills, and then on the other side, Dino's down to 20 vills as well. Like it's
and more
it's like
Frankish
mirror
castles,
size
man.
almost.
Just being dropped everywhere by JD. He's got what, a line of 6 castles by now?
Oh, that's gonna take a while to crack through.
Yep. That's gonna lock down the flank. And however,
Talk about production buildings, man.
Thorin's flank
That
is
is a
exposed.
lot of barracks dropped by JD. He is getting prepared. I like it.
He's got plans, and he does have his upgrades coming in. Second armor and attack upgrade now in, third attack coming in. So his paladin will be there, and at that point, Frankish paladin will be better than Spanish paladin because of the Frankish, what is it, the HP bonus that the Cav get by 20%.
Yep, they have extra HP, so they're gonna last longer in those fights.
Yep.
So.
And combine the Frankish paladin with the Italian Halb, and those Spanish paladin are in for a rough time. Now, Thorin does have trebs there. He has a lot of paladin protecting them, so I think he loses the treb here, but he wins the fight. And he will do a good job protecting his other flank, keeping his own paladin between the enemy paladin and the treb. I think it still goes down to the paladin.
Oh, it's nice pathing, and I like it. Just snipe and run.
The treb goes down, but yeah, still not a bad fight for Thorin overall. He took a lot of HP off of those.
He did. I would love to see JD put him in his castle. Just get that slow passive heal and let it go from there. Thorin playing a really good game. That's being a pocket player, it's really hard to be on all sides at once. It's kind of cool to see him doing a good job of that.
Yeah, and he's on the outside flank as well, taking down that castle from Darkzak, buying Dano Dragon some breathing room. So even while he's fighting JD in the middle, he has more paladin helping his teammates.
Yeah, though JD's gonna be really hard to crack. Like that's a really strong position with all the castles. He has a really healthy economy. I mean, he's got almost 115 vills.
Yeah.
And he's got the barracks. Like, the thing with this bracket you don't see a lot is not enough production buildings. So normally you'll see like maybe 3 or 4. Like, I love that JD's building so many barracks because late in the game he has a ton of resources. Right, he's got 10,000 wood. He's almost got that 17,000 food. You can produce a lot of units. So it's a great to see. Him kind of lay that down. I would like to see Pikeman coming in before he takes that fight.
Probably. And as it is, I think most of that Spearman army will go down. And yeah, Thorin actually manages to keep his treb alive as well, has a bombard cannon out as well, and yeah, JD's line of castles is under attack. One is down, the next one is being worked away on.
And the score difference, we're only 200 points of difference. And so with all these games, the score is what, like if the game goes to time limit, whoever has the highest score wins. Which I think timer should be set for an hour and a half in game time. Massive fight in the center.
What's Italians, Japanese? What are you guys talking about? I don't know what chat is on about, but yeah, and the time limit is what, 1:15 of game time?
And just like that,
10 minutes
after that massive fight, Wood Raiders just took the lead. And there's that defensive castle from Ranger, so just really securing that position to keep his economy safe.
Yep, and he's slowly building up. He's on his way up to.
He's got.
No.
I mean, he's in.
He's in Castle Age. He's made it there. He's building his eco, and he's fairly safe right now. And Bismarcking's been hit hard enough to buy him some time. Now Bismarcking, as I say that, is actually rolling forward with a treb, so might be looking to pressure Ranger here to split Thorin's attention. But Thorin is all over Darkzak's eco with Paladin now. And his own army is out of position. They are forward. He needs to bring those back. Yes.
What a game.
Eagles. Which Elite Eagles do okay against Paladin. And he's got some Cameo in there, which will help a lot. But that is a really nice raid from Thorin.
But they're not Elite Cameo. Oof. This Paladin are going to trade much better. All right, so we got the forward pressure from Bismarcking against Ranger again, but it looks like, oh, you know, Thorin had some Paladin just sitting there.
Right. And they should be able to snipe the Treb, and that's all they really need to do. If those Halbs stay alive, those won't do anything. Although there is a hole in the stone wall, which you're gonna want to plug before those Halbs start flooding in. Because they will take out those Paladin fairly easily. Now the question is, no, yeah, Bismarck is fully aware of what he's done. He will move right in with those Halbs.
But really, Ranger's base is pretty well locked down, though. Like, he's pretty safe. Like, the castle protects a good chunk, like, it protects that extra gold. TCs are right all on top of those farms. Like, he should be okay.
Did I say Dino was the Italians? Dino's Celts. Sorry if I said he was Italian.
Gotcha.
And Bismarcking is the Incas. I'm sorry,
Which
Bismarcking is the Japanese.
Dude, Darksack is down to 2 vills.
Yeah, I was gonna say at the same time, this game is still fairly balanced because both sides have their initial pushes stalled out, but are now pushing on the flank where they were initially getting pulled back.
Looks like Darksack is getting away with a vill. There were like 3 Paladin chasing it, and they got retasked to take over the TC. And so it looks like Darksack's gonna get away with a vill.
Amazing.
What a play! What a play!
He has 2 vills. He still has a second vill somewhere. I don't know where. On the other side, though, Ranger also being hit. So again, it's kind of flipped sides, but both sides are pushing one side and kind of rebooting the other. Now, Darksack has this big army. He's got 12 Kameyuk and 7 Eagles up here. I'd love to see him bring those back or raid somewhere or try to do something with those. I don't know if he's aware about that, though. It's so easy to lose track of a random army that you sent somewhere. But good push from Bismarcking. And TC coming up from Darksack.
And that push from Bismarcking is going to be starting to hit Thorin's eco. And that's his only gold, right where Bismarcking is coming forward with those 9 helps. Is it his only gold? Or does he have some more forward that I'm missing? Oh, he does have some forward in this forward production building. Okay, so he will be somewhat okay. But what, 20 minutes left in the game, and JD's castles are gone. I mean, well, mostly gone.
Well, the center. He's got the ones at home, but
yeah, but their Berserks are completely off of gold. They can build trash units, but that only goes so far. When
Ranger's also down to 1 villager though.
Ooh, where is he? Where is he?
He is hanging out outside the walls.
He'd be fine. She'd be fine.
Villager's like, oh, you're coming on this side of the walls, and I'm going on that side of the walls.
She's like, I'm gonna stand as still as I possibly can. She's just kind of chilling, like she's in the middle of walking, but it looks like almost like she got bugged out. Interesting.
And that's actually a good amount of Kameyuk and Halbs here. That's not going to be pleasant. Missionaries coming in from Thorin now to heal up his Paladin, though. That's a nice touch.
That is a very nice
Woad Raider coming in from Dino Dragons.
When was the last time you saw missionaries played?
I don't even know, man. That is pretty sweet. That especially because if it's specifically to heal up your cavalry, missionaries are going to be so much more convenient for doing that than monks, because you don't have to constantly wait for them. Right, you're not worried about relics, so you don't need them to be able to carry them. All you need to give them is the mobility to keep up with your cavalry, and missionaries are going to do a great job at that.
Yeah, I like it. Ooh, it looks like JD came forward, and he's got a good number of halbs and even some paladins. Sniped 2 trebs from Thorin's forward push through Darksack's base. So
yep,
it's going to be a nice... kind of slowing down that push from Thorin on the top side. Those missionaries come in the clutch, though.
Yep, helping a lot. He still loses a good number of paladin, but probably significantly fewer than would have otherwise. And actually, the timing is just off here as Darksack brings his own army in. Otherwise, it could have squeezed them between them, but I think... yeah, the Kameyuk will take out almost all the missionaries.
Which is... yeah, so that HP is not going to get... oh, there's one left.
There's one left. There's one left that can heal them back up, but it's going to be a lot slower than when there were 4.
Oh man, look in the south, just a steady stream of red.
Just a long line of red going towards green base. Actually, most of them chasing those 2 paladin, I think.
That's a nasty army. Thorin's eco's not going to be looking that pretty here in a second. He's down to 88 vills.
Yep, 47
JD has
Japanese
100.
halbs. That's damage.
Score difference is only 200 with 15 minutes left in the game. This has been a good game.
Ooh, archery range is coming up from Thorin now. Lots of archery range.
Oh no! Oh, look in the south. Rangers villager. Look.
No! Ranger!
This last villager.
Oh no, the lion! The lion!
No!
Send the paladin!
No!
Send the paladin!
Oh no!
Oh,
no!
Save her! She's hitting. Oh no!
No!
Oh, that is unfortunate.
That just makes me sad. Ugh. Alright. Berserks have a great advantage. They're up 146 army to 53. You know, eco advantage is there.
And they have the better
a bit dicey for them.
army comp right now because the core of Woad Raider's army has been the Paladin Mass from Thorin, and there's 3 players with halbs on Team Berserks right now.
And score difference, 50 points different. This is gonna be a
Wild.
Wow. It's been a really close game. Like, for a second there, I thought Bismarck, or not Bismarck, but the Berserks were dead because, you know, Darksack was down to 2 vills. Bismarcking was at 40 vills, and all of a sudden, you know, like, you know, JD kind of low-key kind of helping keep his team alive, giving Bismarcking time to get his economy back up and rolling again.
And this castle
and
will go
Darksack.
down, and I think those hand cannons. I like the hand cannon switch.
Ooh,
From Thorin,
I do
that's
like
gonna
that
be
indeed.
super nice against the halbs. The question is whether he can get enough production running to.
Ooh. And Ranger is down. That lion. Oh,
That is unfortunate. An unfortunate way.
the funny part is, this is not the only time you're going to see something like that this tournament cast. It happens in another game. I will not say which one, but be on the lookout for it. When corner checkers play in the Imperial bracket, just keep an eye out
man,
for it.
those corner checkers, man. Did corner checkers check all the corners in every game? That's what I want to know.
Absolutely.
That is their one job. Alright. Trade being set up from Berserks and Elite Skirmishers. So yeah, Bismarcking sees the hand cannons, goes, alright, halbs are out, skirms are in.
Alright.
Good reaction to switch into that immediately.
And, you know, Dino Dragon's still there, got some trebs. And building up some Woad Raiders, so maybe she'll be able to kind of help support a little bit through the center push. I'm really curious how it's going to go in this last 10 minutes.
And
Score is still relatively close.
the numbers are better for Berserks for population, but they're basically off of gold at the moment. Bismarcking has 3 on gold, JD has 1 on gold, that's it.
And, you know, Woad Raiders army comp is going to win each time versus non-gold units. JD is pop capped. He's got 77 halbs. Wow, that is a lot of halbs.
Oh, yep, there they are.
And they're just all chilling. I would love to see him move out with that army. Just move it forward and just, you have so many resources. Just raid a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and ooh, we got some throwing axemen as well, actually. Look at that.
Such a cool unit. Which, fun story, that's the, you know, tournament prize for the winning teams this year. So
15 of
such
them?
a cool unit. 15 of them. just one. Such a cool unit, man.
Oh, here come the Woad Raiders, though. They are marching. They are marching.
And Trebs. I'm curious where that's gonna push. They're gonna push. I wonder if they're gonna try to push back up into Bismarcking space. Like he's at 53 vills, but I feel like one strong push and he could be dead. Like he doesn't really have the ability to run super easy right now.
JD is putting down some stables.
Ooh, are we gonna see the light cav?
Potentially. That's not a bad option. That is a lot of Paladin, though, and Lycav will not do great against them. We got Paladin, we got Woad Raiders, we got hand cannons, we got a Trevor 2. This is going to be a we got a Trevor
100.
4. I mean, where did all these Trebs come from? Man, this is going to be a push.
I Bismarcking might not be alive in the next 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But, Woaders they're kind of running. Oh, we had a score switch.
Ooh, man.
Wow. 7 minutes left, and it's this incredibly close. Oh, man.
Conks are here as well. First line of attack, gonna bait out the army.
Alright, that is a lot of Paladin skirms, though. Though, with a little bit of micro. Did you crash?
No, I'm good. I just froze for a second, but I think we're good.
Okay.
Ooh. But if you keep the help stuck in that choke point, they're gonna be a lot less effective, so...
Yeah, and that's a good number of conks with all the Paladin coming in. I think...
And hand cannons. The hand cannons are here now.
And JD's army's on the other side of the map, so I don't think he's going to be able to get there in time to help support.
Bismarcking needs to delete these houses so that the Halbs can flood out.
Ooh, we got the town belt. Oh, there's a hole for all the Paladins, so they're flanking in on the skirms.
It's bad for the skirms. It actually helps the Halbs that can actually engage now. But yeah, this fight is definitely going Bismarcking's
against Bismarcking.
Yep.
And the Woads are there to help kind of take out the market.
And the Trebs are here to take out everything. I think Bismarcking may be pretty much dead here.
I think so. I mean, that's a good number of Woads raiding his base. What, 16 Woads now? Elite Woad Raiders, I like it. And 44 Paladin.
And the army is cutting him off from his allies, so he can't even run back to them right now. He could run
JD
forward
came forward
and take Raider's base.
And JD came forward, actually, on the other side, but ran into like 10 Paladin of Thorin, so it kind of slowed down that push on that side. I think Wood Raiders has this game. There's only 3.5 minutes left. It's not like the score differences, they're pulling away.
And,
wow, what a game. Yikes. This game has swung so many times. Like when Bismarcking was flooding all those Halbs into Thorin's base, like I thought the game was over. They had what, 100 army advantage.
Yep. Yeah. That was
and nice play by Dino. Like all the Trebs, that's like that way Thorin doesn't have to take pop space to build siege and just can go into his primary unit composition.
Yeah, and a good push together as well.
Dude, I know Paxlayer, and the defeated player didn't even really lose. It was the silly lion, man. I feel sad.
But this TC goes down. The villagers are leaving. They are out. They're like,
but
nope.
you know, they're scout. They can be scouted by that wall though. So theoretically, Thorin and Dino should be able to see that and might be able to hunt it down. What a game! What a game!
Oh, there go all the villagers. Parthian tactics. I assume that was a misclick.
Potentially, maybe he's trying to go some like CA just to kind of run and have at least a mobile ranged unit they can micro with for a while.
Potentially. He's not queuing any up, so that's why I assume it's more of a misclick.
That was a. So I feel like we've been talking about the having two armies fighting at the same time. And we finally saw it. Like that was the kind of the push that they needed from Dino Dragon Thorin. Like you had the double array combo, and just here's the Halbs.
That's a little bit too late. But it's too late, and
that's a lot of
they will engage the hand cannons first, which helps. But they're still gonna lose out, I think.
I think those Halbs are missing the last armor. I don't know if the Franks had the last armor though.
They do. They're missing it, and they do have it available. So the Halbs will get in some good damage, but it's just not enough. The numbers of hand cannons is enough to clear them up, and the push continues. And
we're overtime.
We're overtime.
Maybe there wasn't a time limit on this one. But at this stage, I'm really curious. Oh, Darksack is slowly but surely climbing back into it. He's back at 28 vills. 20 vills, or 20 army. I would have loved to see some Paladin go and hunt the last of Bismarcking's vills.
Yep. That's definitely something you've got room for right now. Now the question is, are they going to try and move on JD and break him immediately while his allies are still recuperating? Or there we go. Okay.
There it is.
All right. So well played, Berserks, and well played, Woad Raiders. That was a back and
What a
forth
game.
game. I don't think there was unique Imtech researched.
Um,
We didn't have fabric shields. We did not have kataparuto. Didn't have the good axe. No. Nope. No Imtechs. Only a one Castle Age tech got researched, I think, which was Andean Sling.
yeah.
Yeah, but 1-0 Woad Raiders. Well, hold on. Da, 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 da.
That was a really good game.
That was really so grand.
I
Sweet. Right. 360 paladin created by Thor. Almost 700 halbs created by Darksack.
Wow. What was the APMs? Do you have that? You're on the Civ Drafts screen, by the way.
Oh, right. I should switch back.
5+ monks or demo kill 3 units for bingo. What?
Nice. I guess it is easier to get hits than it was on the Hidden Cup. All right, military APM. Peak APM. Our winner is Thorin with 97 APM, which looks like it was in. This would have been
Okay.
in Imperial, early Imperial.
Can you scroll up a little bit? I'm
Yep.
just curious to see.
Yeah, total APMs. Rangers obviously a bit lower, but that's also because he got hit pretty hard, and if you have fewer units,
Yeah.
your APM is going to be lower because you have less that you can work with, right? So
Yeah, and this marking is fine. That's some solid speed there.
yeah.
Not that speed is everything, but it's kind of fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
What was their KD? What was Thorn's KD? I
KD,
clicked away before I actually looked.
1,000 units killed to 420.
Wow.
127 buildings razed.
Okay. Oof. Bismarcking's KD was rough, but he did produce a lot and was fighting at a disadvantage most of the game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just because you have a negative KD doesn't mean that you do a good
Yeah,
job.
I mean, if you go halbs against paladins, you're gonna have a negative KD, but you're still gonna be trading better because halbs are the cheap unit you can keep throwing at them. So KD isn't everything, but 700 trade profit for Bismarcking. 6,300 relic gold for Dino Dragons.
That was got those relics early,
Yep.
and
it paid off. The GE and GE APM, I think I don't know what the G EAPM was effective APM, but I don't know what GE APM is. General APM? So yeah, EAPM is effective actions per game minute. So if you click the same unit to do the same thing 5 times in a row, that's APM because you did like 20 clicks, but it's actually only effectively one action because you're telling one villager to mine one thing 20 times. You're still only telling him to do one thing over and over and over. So EAPM is effective actions per minute told one villager to mine one mining camp or mine one gold. I don't know what GEA. Does it say that if I hover over it? No.
so Pack Slayer, mining camp and like basically what that means is the positioning of the mining camp is we'll complain if it's like a really bad position, if it's right up next to gold where villagers are bumping all over themselves or something along those lines. We did not do this game actually.
For example, and this does not count towards the bingo because it's an example. You see this mining camp from Darksack? If he had placed this and there had never... Now, when he placed it, there was gold right here, so it made sense. But if the map actually looked like this at the beginning of the games, and then he placed a mining camp there, I'd be like, that's a terrible mining camp. There's nothing to mine here. Now it looks bad in retrospect, but there was gold right next to it, so it was a good mining camp. Which is another reason why this doesn't count. But yeah, we will go back over here real quick while I find game 2.
All right. It looks like we're on Hanakare. It looks like. I'm 6 seconds in.
That is a super fun map. I
You like that one? You like that one?
do not
I
have
think.
Hanakare. I have Boulder Forest from these.
Really?
No.
That's the only one I have. It's labeled as Boulder Force, but it's Hanakare. I
Oh,
wonder
because
if
it's a scenario. Yeah, it does say custom
it's a
scenario
scenario.
instead of yeah. All right. Well, let me pull it up, and I'll see you in just a second. Ooh, I love these civs, you guys. So many of my favorite civs here.
Mayans.
Looks like GAPM is the same as EAPM, not just Mayans.
Aztecs. Oh wait.
No Aztecs.
Well then,
Aztecs are the best, but there's Bohemians which are great. There's Britons which I enjoy.
oh, that's fair.
All right, yeah. So we got Hanakare. Are you in and started?
I'm at second 6.
6. Okay, let me. 6. All right. Back to capture age. Yeah, Aztecs are my favorite civ. Ask anyone. Ask anyone. Everyone knows this. Okay, ready? 3,
Yep.
2, 1, go. All right, so we are on Hun Akare, which is a map we've had in the tournament for the first time. Although I think we didn't have Grand. Did we have Grand Barra
Oh,
before?
I think that's a lot of these maps are the first time they've been in the
Yeah,
tournament.
that's true. But also just one where lots of us aren't super familiar with, except for I don't know how much like testing you did of these in the community weeks leading up to.
We did a fair amount of testing, especially with this map. I think we've played it. It was ready for about 2 months, and so we played it off and on
Okay.
for about eight weeks. So people had at least a little bit of an idea, and it was picked a lot actually. So I think
Yeah, it was.
people felt semi-comfortable with
Yeah,
it.
and it's definitely a popular one. It's an interesting one where you have the teams separated by a river, um, with shallows, 2 sets of shallows connecting both, and technically a third set in the center, but that also has a ton of forest around it. Now, in the center is also where you have a lot of relics, some stone, and interestingly, a stone wall which separates the north water from south water, so you can have one team controlling water in the north and another team controlling water in the south. Additionally, in the far north, you have a kind of little island that's separated with a lot of. Well, this one only has relics in the north, not
Yeah. So the
minerals. Okay.
3-player is a little bit different than the 4-player. So
Okay.
the 3-player in the north and south, the main difference is like it has a lot of relics. That's where all the relics are in the north and the south, and in the center by the extra stone. But there's no extra minerals. You'll see in the Imperial bracket that the north and south does have extra golden stones,
Yep.
but less relics. So
Okay. Okay. So that's the map difference. Hackslayer disagree.
so fun story about this map. So this is a map that I made. There was a tournament a couple months back. Map's name is Akare, and I was looking at the minimap, and I was like, that kind of looks like that minimap reminded me a lot of the second Hun campaign, where you basically run around a forest, and there's like 5 or 6 different little sites, and you're supposed to destroy like lumber camps to get wood and mining camps to get gold, and I was talking to Puddles about it, and they're like, hey, this would actually be like a really cool like team game map if we made one after that. And so when I saw the tournament and I saw the minimap, I was like, oh, that's the map. And then I pulled it up, and the center had no wood, even though it looked like it did. And I was like, let's switch this up. So, yeah, this is inspired by the map Akare and the second Hun campaign, hence the name Hun Akare as the map.
Nice.
So.
We have a big lame coming in from JD who steals 4 llamas from Thorin. This has been noticed. Dino has her scout running around trying to find these llamas, but JD's being smart. He sent them all the way out to the edge, sent them back, and I think these llamas are going to get away. It is a llama heist, you guys.
Wow, and laming the pocket player. What a
Yep.
play.
That is big. That is really gonna help Berserks here, I think.
I think so. And that's 400 food you don't have access to anymore.
Exactly. And yeah, it's gonna see how Thorin adjusts for this. He does still have some hunt here. He has some berries. But the other thing about being pocket player on this map is if you're a flank player and you get 1 or 2 llamas lamed, you can go to water, you have lots of fish. For pocket, that's a lot more time investment to get out
Yeah.
to the shorelines. And like
And
it can't even go right here close to the water because you have like 1 or 2 deep shore fish. You have to go all the way out to like where the shallows are, where the large amount of fish is, where it's actually worth setting up fishing.
yeah, and look at Thorin's TC. It's they're having a town hall meeting.
Yeah. You guys,
They don't
what are
know
we
what to
doing?
do.
Oh, nope, there's a boar coming in. They're waiting for the boar, and they will chop some wood while they wait for that boar to
Yeah.
come in.
They're just a little frustrated,
Yep.
so they're venting on their frustration out on that tree.
No. It's a good way to, get some of that anger out. Like, ah, this tree, man.
Feel a little bit better, release stress, a little physical activity. I like it.
Boar being brought in here as well. And hold on. And I think Dark Zack lost a villager to a boar.
Let's see what's our fill count.
0-1 KD for Dark Zack.
I think that's a boar.
And I think the boar actually then turned around and left again because there's another villa, and he.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, nice
okay.
save.
He'll keep that one alive. Well
Hold
done.
on, Dark Zack. Nice save there.
All right. Ranger Scout is running around. Ranger. Why does Ranger have a scout? What? Ranger's
It's
the
because
Mayans.
it's a scenario map.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a scenario map.
I was super confused. I was like, what?
So we
Wait
didn't
a
have
second.
time to try to build these maps
Yeah.
as like an actual random map script.
Mhm.
So the whole coding. So it's just a built in
Okay.
the game scenario.
That
But
makes
we-
sense. I was just briefly like, oh,
Yeah.
his scout. Wait a second. That's not right.
I mean,
Mayan
Mayans,
cavalry coming in clutch, you guys.
that's right. They is that on the bingo card? Come on.
Mayan cavalry is not. Zolotl warrior is, but that's not a Zolotl warrior.
No, I don't know, man. Maybe he's a Zolotl warrior in training.
Yeah, like a Padawan.
He hasn't killed his jaguar or whatever it is that he rides around with.
Yeah,
Alright.
he has to find a jaguar on this map and then kill it, so he may become a Zolotl warrior as well.
There you go. If he does that, we should definitely count. It's a Meso horse. Yeah, you can tell by the tail and the way it bounces as the horse is riding that it's a Meso horse. Because obviously, European or Asian horses don't do that.
Yeah. This is definitely, and also it's a very teal horse, which is a color. Teal is also the color of jade, not jade. Lapis. I think lapis lazuli. There's some very teal semi-precious jewel, which is very typical to the Yucatan Peninsula. And he is the Mayans who were on the Yucatan Peninsula, so that's how you can tell it's a Mayan scout.
There's a teal sapphire. I don't think that's what
not
you're
what
referencing.
No.
Amazon. You know what? I won't try because I'm not an expert in stones.
Yeah.
It's just stones.
These
I
these
know
have
the
been
basics, but that's
accurate
about it.
history lessons with Ender.
All we know is a meso horse. We got that one down. We should have brought our resident horse expert in with Juby being,
Yeah.
a horse expert. So
We will, if she
think
comes
she'd
on
be
to cast, we will talk about that for sure.
there we go. And then she could, tell us all the important facts about horse and breeding and all that type stuff, and be able to tell you.
Mhm.
You know.
All right. Well,
But for now,
in
we're
the
going off.
meantime,
Anyway,
JD's actually on to farming. Is getting some of those
And-
farms set up, which
and also starting up a little bit of a preemptive house wall. So in
Yep,
the
there you
case
go.
that Bismarcking gets heavily pressured, nope. Once again, we're seeing forward buildings, and I think we're going to see some forward pressure from Bismarcking.
Yep, got an archer for there.
Already has another shot.
Now, the thing about these shallows is it's super hard to wall off effectively. What you can end up doing is wall to about here, After that, there's a tile here that units can still walk on, which you cannot build on. But if you build a dock right here, the dock covers that tile, and you can wall to the water essentially, so units can't get around. But that takes some investment, and that takes some being aware of that, and that's something that I only discovered during the tournament. Not Jade, because Jade is more like Jade is also teal, but not this shade of teal. I'm thinking specifically of a Jade is like
It has to be a specific
no, because
specific shade, huh?
Jade is almost like a dark green, and there's a different. Maybe I'm thinking of like the opal that's there, but there's specifically a semi-precious stone, which is like this shade of like bright teal, turquoise.
See, I would have.
I'm thinking of turquoise. There we go. Clef, the Mexico expert in chat.
Very nicely done, Clef. I was about to say gold star to you, but you can take a teal star instead.
All right, Thorn is kind of walling himself off as well here, though, and actually getting his second building. He should be on the way up to Castle Age shortly. Hold on, what is his resources looking? Okay, still short a bit on food, which yeah, and heavily on berries, which is both because of that early lame. Big walls coming down from Darksack as well. Big
yeah,
walls.
so Thorn came forward to try to help support again, but we saw the exact same scenario. So, Bismarcking had 5-6 archers, and Thorn only had 2 scouts with no armor. And you have to have armor on those scouts to be able to take a fight with those archers.
Especially against archers with fletching.
Yeah, and we're about to potentially see it again. Like, we need...
And I mean, good micro from Bismarcking as well. He's kiting back those archers when army starts to push him, and then he'll move forward again, look for villagers. And
I like it now. Here we go. Looks like he's getting his
armor's coming in.
Armor upgrade this time.
Bit bigger, and maybe coordinating the armies now as we have some militia along with these scouts.
Ooh, and we're seeing the full wall off on the south from Darksack.
Yep.
I was curious if we were going to see this. I kind of hope we did. I know it's really hard, but I'm excited.
Yeah, though again, you've got the kind of edges that they'll have to worry about. But all right, there's a lot of archers. We're up to what, 8 archers, 9 archers now. This is still going to be difficult.
Just 4 scouts. I think those scouts are still going to go down.
Yeah. Now they'll take down an archer. They'll pick a bit of health off, but more archer reinforcements on the way. Double range now from Bismarcking. And
yeah, so I think. Yeah, I would love to see Dino put down like an archer range and just get some skirms out.
Yeah.
Even if they don't kill that mass, just to kind of dissuade, Bismarcking from moving in and applying all that pressure.
Yeah, for sure. Not a drush. A drush sometimes hits right as feudal starts, but to be a true drush, it has to be infantry because that's the only unit you can build in Dark Age.
Well, I think he's talking about Dino Dragons because Dino built some militia.
Yes.
Also, the difference is drushes are an aggressive. Yes. It's an aggressive play.
Yeah.
So Dino built those, and
You're attacking. If you build militia but you keep them at home, that's not a drush. That's a defense.
Ooh, I'm curious to see how Darksack's going to wall this because there is still that shallow gap.
Right, and that's what I was saying. This is where with a dock, if you're aware of it, you can close that off. If you're not aware of that, there's just like a half tile. You can see here like a half tile gap that you can't actually build on. So on this, where the end of the palisade is, you need to delete that and build a dock, or right behind it, build a dock so it covers those 1.5 tiles. Archers are still here, and they're actually idling most of the food eco from Dino at the moment. In fact, all of the eco.
And you know what? We've got both Bismarcking and JD going to Castle. JD just hit Castle Age. Oh. He's having a nice, free, quiet boom. This has not been a great start for the Woad Raiders.
No, and 10 archers going up to Castle, hopefully upgrade into crossbows immediately. Bohemians actually get fully upgraded archers line. So
they have access to chemistry in the Castle Age.
Yep. So well, never mind. They don't have thumb ring, I guess.
They don't have thumb ring, I don't think.
But that's something you can work without. Actually, Britons don't have thumb ring either. Although they get the extra range in exchange.
Which is nice.
So
which at this point, you're off of gold and wood actually. Which is not great.
Well, yeah, Dino is on wood.
I guess Dino does.
Dino's on wood line, which is nice. But
no sneaky. I didn't even see it. Man.
But it needs to.
Ooh, and forward castle, securing that defensive position for Team Berserks. I really like JD's castle placement.
Yeah, got the hill, securing that stone and gold a bit, helping with the defense. That's a really solid placement. I like it. And a second TC right on the wood line. I guess you can't place it any closer because of the slope here. But that'll give him quick access and actually pretty close to that gold as well. I think
Yeah.
it could be a tiny bit better if it was like 2 tiles further up, so it's right on top of that gold. But other than that, I mean, it's going to help him boom, and that's what he's worried about, right? He can always still place a mining camp. And a third TC coming up as well, actually.
Now that TC, well,
That's a food TC, I think, because there's nothing else
that is a food
in
TC.
the area. Second TC from Bismarcking as well, so keeping his eco rolling while his archers are crossbows now, and Bodkin is in, and Thorin does have some scrims now, which are going to help, especially when those numbers, I think they'll actually be able to kind of...
And he did get armor on him too,
Yeah.
so it
But
should dissuade the archers a little bit.
They're still at a disadvantage because no Bodkin and because it's crossbows against non-elite skirms, but it's gonna help. It's gonna help defend, which is what they're
It's
here
definitely going to minimize that damage, and Thorn should be clicking up to Castle Age here soon. But I will say, I think JD's having a much better game this game than his first game. So
Yeah.
I think he's having a little bit of the first game of the day vibes. This one, like, he's got a really healthy economy, 3 TCs and a castle already.
Third TC from
And we got
Bismarcking as
third
well.
TC for Bismarcking.
Yeah,
And, you know,
and the eco's pulling ahead. We've got almost twice the. I mean, 113 to 62 villagers. That's
yeah. And Darksack, like, he's got that wall, even though, like, units can walk around, he's going to have that preemptive warning.
right.
Which is so helpful.
And he has actually a tower there as well, which gives him further sight over this, and will help him dissuade any push that's coming in.
And building a barracks, so getting his military buildings up here soon.
He's on his way to
clicked
castle.
up to castle.
And yeah, I think this is looking really good for the Berserks right now.
Yeah, Thorn doing some nice micro with the skirms, but so is Bismarcking, and Bismarcking's camping on that hill. Yeah, it's a tough fight to fight.
Yep, I think this is where Bismarcking probably wants to go ahead and get a bit of armor for his crossbows, which is going to help with the fight.
He's got a siege workshop. I think he's just gonna build either Mangonel or Scorpion. And...
fine.
TC criticized. Yes, I was.
Speaking of TCs,
definitely...
fourth TC from JD.
Yeah, we got ourselves a boomer on our hands, man. But that's what you want to do from pocket, right? Like your flanks have a strong position, so it allows you to have that extra time to get a really, really strong, healthy economy. And Thorin finally clicked up the Castle Age, but
I think the
he's
skirms
pretty
might get
far
cleared
behind
here as well. And once those skirms get cleared, Dino Dragon's going to be in a lot of trouble. In fact, some of those wills are already exposed. There goes one.
Yeah, the bringing in the scout was a great play.
Yeah, now the scout will
down
go
low.
down to the TC, but still, that's 2 villagers sniped, almost a third, and the skirms push back, and actually most of them, they're down to 4 skirms now.
Yeah.
Dino having to
army size is still relatively even, though the Vil advantage is just it's astronomical, and economy wins games.
And Darksack is going to be reinforcing his south walls with houses behind, placing a castle there to hold that crossing as well. Really good map control here from.
Ooh, Bismarcking went for a ram instead.
So maybe looking to hit the TC. I mean, that's reasonable, right? The skirms won't do anything to the ram, and if the vills hop out, you come in with the crossbows.
Yeah, what, those four skirms to attack how many times? And they've only taken off, what? Just a little bit of HP? Yeah, but it's even then it's drawing the attack from the skirms.
Yeah, and that lets the crossbows take out the skirms for free, and now, like, the villagers really can't even engage this anymore.
Ooh. Defensive castle from Darksack in the south.
Yep.
I like it. Alright, so and then Ranger looks like he's got some military out this time, so he got some defensive skirms. So he's ready if, you know, makes sense to Darksack. You know, Darksack might not come forward with archers, but at the same time, like, skirms are a cheap, easy defense unit.
Yep.
Um,
Ooh, Cavalier coming in for Thorin though. If Dino can hold out a little bit longer, there's a few knights out. Thorin might be able to
he's
come
gotta
back and clear
go.
this. He's got to go soon, or Dino has to evacuate those vills right now. Well, there's still a couple here on the wood line, but still those some dead vills.
Oh, that's
Running.
unfortunate.
Dino.
It looks like Dinah already ran vills, so she's got 3 vills in
Oh, nice.
Thorn
Okay.
space.
Yeah, so 3 there, 3 more on the wood line, which has not yet been discovered. So the home base will get taken out, but still there.
And we've got, it looks like JD's on with knights. He's got 10 knights on the field. Where are they? Are they just queued up? Oh, they're just queued up. Okay.
There's 2 on the field, 8 queued up right now.
So, yeah, he's going to be coming forward here soon. So, we got Cavalier, but they don't have bloodlines, so they're still a little bit weaker.
Forward castle from base marking.
Ooh, I would like that. On the hill. It's like right in between the hills.
Yeah.
It's like the White Witch's house in Narnia. It's like, between those 2 hills, do you see my house?
The White Witch's forward castle.
Oh, man. Alright, but Thorin clearing up the battlegram, so kind of minimizing any more damage on the remaining
and
buildings of Dino Dragons.
The market is going to be helpful for Dino Dragons to be able to balance the economy a bit to recuperate. Another
So we got a couple
secondary forward castle coming up behind first forward castle.
It's 1 tile off from being on the hill.
And a little round wall. I'm curious what sort of base we're about to see built here now. Like,
it's making a smiley face, right? So like a little smiley face with the walls and the castles are the eyes.
The house. What about the house wall to the north?
Eyebrows.
Eyebrows. Those are some. It's
bushy
one
eyebrows,
eyebrow.
man.
It is 1 eyebrow. 1 eyebrow that is big enough to be both eyebrows if you split it in half and gave half to each eye.
Didn't you know that's the mark of the Bohemian culture is they shave 1 eyebrow when they go into war?
Oh, I see. All right, that makes sense.
Ooh, are we gonna see Hussite wagons?
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
That would be cool. Ooh, I wonder if he's planning on putting his like archers and stuff behind the wall, and then when Thorin comes forward to raid, he's just gonna be able to.
He does probably need to replace the palisades with stone walls, and that's actually still open. Oh no. Okay. All right. I see.
So he's just going for the full wall. I like it.
Yep.
All right, so we've got a little bit of forward army coming forward from Darkseid. So he's got some pikemen on the field. And fun story, skirms have a bonus attack versus pikemen.
Yep. Now the numbers. Well, I guess it's 7 versus 6. So if he kites, and he's got some archers as well. So
he's got some archers. He should be okay for
Rangers
solo
should
attack.
be able to deal with this.
And Ranger building a second TC, so further locking down his defensive position here. And Dino Dragons got food economy rolling back again, so slowly but surely trying to climb back into the game.
Yep. And the Cavalier just holding in the north for now. Now
but that forward castle from Darkseid. Oof.
That is aggressive. And I think the pikes can at least distract well with 2 villagers.
I think it might be outside of sideline. I don't think Ranger's gonna see it.
Yeah, you're right. Has no idea this is happening. Now it's kind of a quiet game right now, and Woad Raiders are booming back up. But just looking at the eco count of 250 to 100, I think this is.
JD at 100 vills already.
Imperial Age for 2 out of the 3 Berserk players. Do you think we see Hoofnies?
Ooh.
Trebs being queued.
I don't actually think so.
No, not with Trebs.
I don't think so.
I was just thinking because the Siege Workshop is there already. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he used it for his ramp, which
yeah.
I mean, it took the TC out, so it kind of.
Oh yeah, it got its value. I was just thinking if at that point you might think like, well, I have this here already. I might as well put it to use even more. All right. The castle in the south has been found. However, the pikes are clearing up the army, and Darkseid actually went ahead and sent forward Morville, so this castle is going up. And it's not quite in range of this wood line, but those woodvilles still need to pull back, because that's a lot of pikes actually coming in.
And they're cheap for the Goss, so.
Goth flood, man.
And here we got Huskarls in queue. First one is on the field.
Boy.
6+2 Pierce armor.
Cavalier coming in for JD now.
Alright, so we've got a really strong push from Darksack. That's... Ooh, another castle. That's you are not walking across the shallows anytime soon.
And, I mean, it's going to give him more buildings to spam Huskarls out of.
Ooh, Gambeson's coming in for JD. Curious if is he going to go infantry? I mean, it's just a cool tech. Maybe he's just...
I don't think so. He's got the knights. He's queuing up more cavalry techs.
Okay, so he's getting his attack upgrade. I like it.
Darksack deleted his castle to build it even more forward. He's like, wait a second, we can add another couple spaces here.
It's like, there's no army here, we are coming forward with a better one.
And that actually puts this castle in range to where if a Treb sits right below it, it can range the TC from Ranger. So those couple tiles do actually make a difference to keep the Treb protected.
Nice. So he's not quite in Imperial Age yet, he's pretty far off from the food count, but Castle Age Huskarls already have so much Pierce armor, I think they'll do just fine. And it looks like Thorn is sending some Cavalier down to the south to kind of help support that. But he is not going to be able to stop that push that's developing from the north. No. We've got Cavalier and Halbs and Arbs just ready to go with how many trebs is this? It's 5 total trebs between them. I think Bismarck and JD learned their lesson from last game. They're going to push together.
They're not going to trickle.
I like to see it.
And even in the south, the Cavalier are going to struggle because that's mostly pikemen and pikemen with upgrades. So that's like the Cavalier will win, but it's going to be a costly engagement.
All right, we're going to see.
What we got here? 6 treads, 10 Cavalier, 20 Arbs.
Oh no, the Cavalier took a long time to engage too.
Oh no.
Alright, so the Cavalier are doing okay. They're doing okay. As long as they stay out of the castle fire, they should be okay.
The TC fire will help a bit, and the infantry units are kind of split up into small groups, so as the Cavalier dive on those groups one by one, they can take advantageous fights.
Now, this is the time, if they're coordinating well, that Bismarcking and JD would know this is the time to push. You know, Thorin's army is in the south trying to help clear up. He's not going to have as much on the north side to defend, though. He still has a pretty sizable army, 18 units,
but that's, oh my gosh, that's 40 halbs, 20 crossbows, 4 trebs.
Yeah, 10 Cavalier plus more halbs coming in from behind from JD. I think we're going to be seeing a GG relatively soon.
Yep, Paladin is coming in, but it's 2 minutes off, and...
Ooh, you don't want to take that fight. So in that case, like, if you know you've clicked Paladin, you want to run back to behind your castle if you possibly can, to just wait for as long as you can to get those upgrades in.
Sierra diving might snipe one of the trebs, but the problem is there's 5, 6, 7 trebs more. And, oh, they don't even get the one, unfortunately. The halbs are just, there's too many. And this
the dominant performance by Berserks.
Yep, Imperial Age now coming in for Darksack as well.
Trebs are being placed. And it looks like Thorn's only army is really in the south. He doesn't really have anything left up north. Just a few skirms, but that's... JD's Cavalier are just going to clean those up.
Yeah, and the Cavalier can also just dive on these trebs as that castle just gets melted. That is 7 trebs.
There are not going to be very many remaining buildings after this.
Nope. And the Cavalier are in on the eco. There's only some skirms to stop them. In the south, Rangers still getting pressured by the Huskarls that are... The flood is on its way. Heated shot coming in from Darksack again. I think there's a chance that I just want to point out, heated shot increases damage against ships. And I saw this last game from Darksack as well. I think it is not what provides fire to arrows. That's chemistry does that.
Yep.
So on this map, heated shot can be really good, especially for shallows control. But if you're not dealing with navy, heated shot isn't
Oh,
great.
we got Flemish Revolution!
Let's go! The button
But
has
there's
been pushed.
not enough of them. Hey, that's an Imperial tech.
It is an Imperial tech. It's an Imperial tech, and it is a last hurrah.
Oh, Ranger made it out with the Vil this time. There's no lions to snipe his Vil this time.
Uh-huh.
And Dino Dragon's Vils are still sneakily hiding at the wood line.
The Flemish revolutionaries take out the Halbs, they take out the Treads, they take out the Cavalier.
And we've got hand cannon. Wow,
There's arbs on the way.
that is a lot of arbs. Okay.
All right.
I was trying to be hopeful,
Yeah,
but
it was a good push. It took out a good chunk of the army actually, but unfortunately, it's just not enough paladin on the way for JD as well. And I think this is about going to be it, as we are down to 1 TC for Team Woad Raiders,
and 14 villagers
and 11 units, and they're zero.
Right.
An entire team. TC Gaming, no TC Gaming.
So is that like a triple?
Yeah.
A triple click.
No,
There's the GG.
GG. And yeah, that was just really well played by Berserks. The early pressure and then just keeping that going, just not letting off on that.
Yeah, in the lane from JD. Like
that was huge. Yeah.
we're like, all right, we know Thorn's the best player. Let's see if we can just, kind of undercut his ability to have a nice strong boom, so that he doesn't do the exact same thing he did last game.
Mm-hmm. And Bismarck.
Great performance
with a 2.6 KD, and that was mostly with archery units. So that's
some great archery micro and Dark Sack, the triple castles play with Goss. It's hard to counter as Mayans. That was a rough civ matchup for Ranger going against Goss.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it was Mayans, not Incas. I was gonna say you could get slingers, but Mayans don't have those. So yeah, that is rough. You don't. Mayans, I think, are the only Meso civ without a counter unit to infantry. I guess plumed archers do pretty well, but you have to get to them.
Yeah, and
All right. Well, that was. Oh, hold on. Game 1 went to Woad Raiders. Game 2 goes to Berserks. So score is actually 1-1 here.
Okay, so the round, no one won it. However, to tally, victors, we tallied number of games won, and then we tallied rounds won after that. And so, right now, it's a 1-1 tie.
Berserks home map. Cool. That is this set. I think the other one we're going to cast is.
I think was it Teutonic Knights versus Chukanu?
That is yes.
Okay.
Add up. And I think we had a bit of technical difficulties in the first round.
We did. So this tournament, we had a little bit. Unfortunately, we had several people getting sick, and also with the big winter storm that came through, we had multiple people get called into work because work was canceled the day before, and so it affected a little bit of the team composition a little bit. So Teutonic Knights they were a player short. So they had someone fill in for them off and on throughout the day. So I think with this match, we had Nimi fill in for them as their third player. So
okay. Well, let's look at the map draft real quick. Actually, all right. So Grand Barra as admin map again, although in this case I believe it was not played. Was essentially taken as a admin ban. So Desert Slope, Arenaception, Donut, and Hillfort were the 4 maps that were picked, which I We're definitely going to be seeing different maps because the two that were played last, Hun Erike's banned and Grand Barra's admin banned. So yeah. Mm. Okay. Yep. And I don't know why my did I? Uh, I don't know what I did there. Go ahead. Ah, I know what the problem is. I'm on the wrong overlay. There we go. That's better. All right. So while we're waiting, I'm gonna go up the correct game. Which I believe. For it was game one. Yep. That's right. All right. Hey, Nifty, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, thanks. This is peak music, not gonna lie. Um Apologies to all you YouTube VOD watchers. Music does not get transferred over, or else I'm gonna get bopped for copyright infringement. But hey, it was cool while it lasted, right? But yeah, I have game one pulled up of Teutonic Knights versus Chukonu, which is going to be on Hill Fort.
Oh yeah, Phil Fart. Oh,
Yep.
I will. I think I'm on the other one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I wasn't sure which one was either. I asked this morning, and I was told that Hill Fort was game one. So
Let's
I'm
see if I
treating
can
it.
find that here. Be one moment here. Second, are you at?
I'm on second 3 at the moment.
All right. I am at second 7.
Cool.
It took that long before my game could pause.
Yeah, 6, 7. Okay, cool. Then let's head on over to Capture Age, and we are on Hill Forts. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's go
Okay.
over to Capture Age. There we go. That time it worked. All right. No, stop it. Stop it. Stay on the overlay. All right. I got it this time, you guys. Probably. All right, cool. So, new teams, Teutonic Knights versus Chukonu. We have Thalion as the Huns in the south. Fire Phoenix at the Tartars in pocket. Well, as much as there's pocket in this map, and Nimi as the Hindustanis in the north. Yeah, go ahead.
And on the flip side, we've got in the south for Gunflinger, we have the Goths playing as the Red. In the center, we have West Dawn playing as the Britons. And then in the north, we have Parker Potts playing as the Mongols. So a little bit about each team. So we'll start with the Teutonic Knights. So Thalion's been a part of the a mainstay of the community for quite a while now.
Mhm.
One of the higher ranked players in this bracket. And then Fire Phoenix is one that doesn't play a whole lot, but is always here for the tournament day. I really appreciate her playing and taking part. And then Nimi, I believe, used to play a long time ago, but just recently picked up the game back, I think, in around October. So, but catching on quick. So I'm excited to see how his gameplay's going. On the other side, similar situation with Weston. Doesn't play a whole lot, but does try to hop on every once in a while. Parker Potts is another mainstay of our community. Comes fairly often to our community game nights, plays. And then Gunflinger, this is the first time he's actually been able to play for quite some time. He used to play quite a bit back in the day, but with life, just isn't able to play a whole lot. But if you remember, he was 12 Gunslinger from the first year of the tournament. So it's good to have him back. I'm excited to see how these games go.
Yeah. Good times. Yeah, I was like, that name seems super familiar, but not exactly how I remember it. I was like, I'm pretty sure I remember a gunslinger, and I don't know. But yeah, we
Now it's a
saw.
Gunslinger.
Yeah. Well, that's how life works. One day you're slinging guns, the next you're flinging gums. We did see briefly. Gunflinger did take advantage of the goth bonus to get the instant loom. Which is going to be just, a nice little thing to have on his vills. As Loom is now coming in for 1,000.
Looks like. Yeah. And you know what? Goth's actually a pretty good pick on this map because what's unique about Hillfort is they don't have berries.
Yep.
So they have all their starting sheep or cows in this case. They have all their deer and their boar, but they don't have berries. So they're going to be a little bit shorter on the food side.
Observe here the not berries.
Right. Ooh. It's very beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But the Goths, their hunt lasts longer, so they're going to get more food out of it. So it's going to help kind of balance out that loss from berries.
Yep. And the nice thing is the hunt is close and easily accessible because of these small walls that it's trapped inside of. It's super easy to get a hold of, and plus, of course, unlike Grand Barra, you have 2 boars here, so that's actually a fair amount of hunt food available. You have what, 600, 700 food on the boars, plus about 4 by 140, about 600 more on the deer, a little bit less. So good amount of food there.
Nice. So fun part about this map is you have your initial bases. You're on top of quite a large hill, right? And then you kind of have your little moat that's full of shallows, but all the extra golds, all the extra stones are outside your walls. So it kind of forces you to expand to other parts of the map, and that's a lot of ways how the games are won. A lot of times is controlling those secondary resources. For those later stages of the game.
Yeah, and the interesting thing too is that unlike a lot of maps have secondary golds or like primary secondary golds, which are like 4 to 6 tiles. There is like all the secondary resources are 3 tiles max. So you're gonna have to keep moving. You can't just set up camp in one spot and stay there. It's 2,400 gold and 1,050 stone, which is a decent amount, but it's not gonna last forever. So you always got to be thinking of like, all right, where do I need map control next to be able to keep access to gold? Or where are there more golds that are accessible to me?
Yeah. And I believe most of these games were played on Explored. So just to kind of help players weren't super familiar with the map and they don't have to worry as much about trying to get good scouting in as they can, see the map as it is. Don't see enemy position enemy players, but you have a good idea what the lay of the land. I do like what Parker Potts is doing, taking wood on the outside.
Yep.
So you can take wood on the inside, which is fine, but you go through it relatively quickly.
Yeah,
so she's kind of setting herself up for the long haul.
Yep. And the nice thing is, once you hit Castle Age, if you already have the vills out here, you can drop a TC immediately and start expanding your eco. Because again, you can set up some eco inside, but the base is cramped. You're gonna have to expand.
Yeah, I like it. And we've got Gunflinger and Parker Potts on the way up to Feudal Age, as well as Thalia. Yep. So we're going to have... it's going to be about a minute behind, but does have the Vil lead right now.
Yeah. Now, one thing I just noticed is there's 6 relics on this map. 5 are kind of scattered across the middle, but there's one, like, free home relic that that the Chukonu got. I really hope they grab that one at least, because that's basically like free gold
There's
income.
actually another hidden one.
Ooh,
There's a
there's
hidden
another
one
one up
by
here as well. Yeah, yeah.
Nimi. Yeah, so there's
Okay,
7.
so each team has a home relic, which is, free gold. As now the remaining 3 players make their way up. No, wait, that's still 8th Island. Okay, so Nimi and Weston are also on the way up to Feudal Age. Yeah, Fire Phoenix. Nope,
Yeah.
I was just wondering whether Fire Phoenix was going to delay and go for a fast castle, but is actually on the way up to
Feudal as well. I
and
like it.
actually has a barracks. So maybe thinking about some military. And the thing is,
We got a barracks from actually the entire Teutonic Knights team.
imagine a triple drush, just like 3 players spamming infantry and feudal. The thing about this setup is that you technically have your flank and pocket players, but because they're all so close together right next to each other, really any player has the potential to be the quote-unquote pocket, and you don't need to have like, oh, you're in the center, you have to boom up and come. You can also say, all right, I'm in the center, but I'm gonna move forward through the center while you secure the side and boom up. Which makes this kind of a unique map in the set, in that it's the only one where any player can technically take on any position throughout the game.
Alright, we got stables coming down for Thalion, so maybe are we going to see some feudal scouts play, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of secure a little bit of map presence on the map, and
Double stables.
even just going a couple scouts, getting on that backwood line of Parker Pots would be pretty devastating.
Yep. Eco upgrades coming in now for Weston, which actually Thalion already has. But good
Like to see it.
And some scouting happening here from Parker Potts. Gonna find out which, if this scout sees those double barracks or the double stables, or sees scouts coming forward, that's actually gonna be super helpful for Team Chukonu to be aware of. And we have bloodlines coming in, so Mimi also thinking of going, I guess. Nope, scouts. Going scouts. 5 scouts in the queue.
Very nice. I like it. Yeah, once again, so currently Parker Potts is the only one that is vulnerable, even though I really do like the outside wood line. But if, what's her... So a little low on food, so probably only be starting to drop some farms. But if you can get castle age quicker, you're able to just drop your TCs on the outside without having to worry about that whole walk time.
Yep. Like, of course I'm optimistic about feudal play. Feudal play is my favorite part of the game. It's messy, it's chaotic, it's where you have like 2 units running around microing. That's peak gameplay right there.
Agreed.
It's all the adrenaline because you have like 2 archers and you're like, either my opponent has nothing and I can get 1,000,000 villager kills, or my opponent has like 20 scouts and I'm about to have a really rude awakening as to how anything is possible.
Living on the edge. Ooh, right. We have is that a tower?
Yes, we do. And Nimi is actually pinging this back base. Teutonic Knights is aware, but that tower is going to be a nice little early warning system and a bit of defense, actually, against incoming military. Weston on the way up to Castle Age already.
Ooh, and Nimi's coming forward for that base, I think.
Ooh.
We've got 3 scouts moving forward.
Yep.
Kind of flanking around the outside of the map. Curious to see what kind of damage can be done. Now, that is a lot of villagers on the wood line. So villagers can fight scouts in a higher number. But the scouts do have bloodlines, so they're going to be a little bit tankier than normal.
I think if it's a full engagement, the vills will win, but it's eco time that's idle. You're still going to lose some vills, probably, at least 1 or 2. So it'd still be a fight worth taking for Nimi.
Okay, and they scouted that tower, so maybe he's having second thoughts about moving forward right now.
Another scout here from Thalion, keeping an eye on what's going on in the back.
And we've got Castle Age coming in from Weston, only 50 seconds out. Now we got FC from Weston, so just going straight into a nice little boom here. Curious to see where she's going to come with her extra TCs. She's got a forward wood line. Very interesting. I mean, it's not a bad position to kind of lock down and get some of those forward resources
True.
with maybe a TC placement. So we'll see how it goes.
No fast castle? It's not a full fast castle because Weston got eco upgrades, and in a true fast castle, you drop your 2 buildings and you go up without the investment to buy more time. But it is a fast castle from Weston in that it's no military produced. It's just like eco, drop the 2 cheap buildings, and then keep going. Second TC coming down for Weston.
Yeah, I like it. Securing that 4 gold.
Yep.
I like it a lot.
Hey Maz, how's it going? Hope you're having a good evening. Ooh, we got... Ah, okay. Parker Potts' scout has been found and is being chased by 3 scouts and 3 spears. As Lethalion makes her way up to the castle edge as well, and actually first armor coming in as well.
It appears to me that those scouts will probably kill Parker Potts' scout.
I think so. It's running. Like, no! I don't want to die! Oh, it will. Sad,
There it is.
Sad day. Alright.
First military kill of the day.
Nice touch from Parker Potts, though. Here, some additional houses further, like, narrowing down this corridor through which enemies can come. Now...
So, cool note on this map is you can't wall across the shallows, right? So, the way you do it is you have to build 2 docks. They're just large enough that you build them side by side. It locks down the shallows range. So I'm curious to see if we're going to see that from Parker Potts. I think she's seen that before, so that would be a sweet play if we see it from her.
Yeah. Are you guys hearing a theme on all these water maps? Build docks, guys. Ooh, yep. Okay, there's one dock. Ooh, Maz, yeah, get some sleep. Get some sleep, dude. Hope you get to hope you get some rest there.
I'm so glad you caught my dad joke there, Pax there.
We'll add that to next bingo. Thalion stretching forward with the TC as well on the golden wood, so that's a really nice placement.
Ah, that's a beautiful placement. I like it.
Ooh, I like these house walls from Weston as well, kind of securing some areas, so that'll allow some farms to be set up here to be relatively safe once those are complete, and Castle Age on the way from Parker Potts.
Yeah, seeing a lot of good choices made across the board.
Okay, also the dock was cancelled in favor of another tower here.
Ooh, interesting. I mean, it's kind of cool. I haven't ever tried it, but I have thought about it. I think it works better versus like ranged or like infantry play. Versus like scouts or knights, it's a little trickier because they can just run right past it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, even if you go have that, now that you've got this narrowed down, you can get a group of spearmen or a demo or something, set it up in the channel, and you can pretty effectively block that off. But Nimi actually looped all the way around, is going to hit this wood line from the other side. And Lethalion's scout is here as well. The villagers are engaging, though. That scout has to disengage. No villagers dead yet.
But they're all chasing Leon's scout.
They're all chasing. They need to turn around. This villager is super low, probably needs to be pulled away, but Lethalion's scout has to run. The villagers might get away. This one is low.
It's uphill attack, so...
The villagers survive. Well done from Parker Potts, keeping all her villagers alive there. That was a nasty raid.
And save Vils. About to hit Castle Age and right back out. I like it. So, the scouts moved away. Drop that TC as quickly as you can upon hitting Castle, and you should be relatively safe.
Yep.
We got 4 Vils from Thalion. Are we going to see a forward siege workshop? Or forward tower?
A forward castle, but it's so close.
Forward.
Imagine if this forward castle gets denied by villagers. No, wait, this is not a forward castle.
That's not. Yes, I thought it was a forward castle.
The villagers was walking that way. There's a foundation, but no, this is a scout villager. Maybe a forward dock.
Ooh, I like it. Gunflinger brought a couple spears over to Parker Potts' woodline. So now Parker Potts is going to be pretty safe. And that's a great TC placement.
And a couple of spears here to defend this flank as well. And these spears are actually finding some of these forward villagers. Let's see if there's a reaction here. As this villager is
that just a misclick, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, now that they're here, I think there's a hole between this tower and the house. But now that they're here, we might as well...
So funny.
3 TCs from Nimi. And
All right, so
if nothing
we're
else,
converting it to a bit of a boom there.
if
Very
nothing
nice.
else, the Bills have found the forward castle and eco setup from Team Chuko News, so that's information that Lethalian has passed on to her team. And alright, this villager is gonna go down, but will also, it's just scouting, man. He was like, he's dreaming of becoming a scout. The way that scout last game wanted to be a Zolotl warrior, he's gonna find himself a horse and become a scout. Just...
Maybe he's like, the doctor told me to walk every day, so I'm walking.
Ooh, the scouts are not here to help him. He's like, hooray, I'm saved. Nope, they just move right on past him, and that scout can't help him either. Oh no.
And are we going to see our first Vil kill of the game?
Potentially, the scout is...
Oh, scout is engaging.
Is actually helping it because it's being... Oh no, alright, but that buys the villager a couple of seconds of time. I don't think Squires is in yet. This villager
but on the
running.
front, we've got a huge scout right quick to the front. We've got a whole bunch of scouts coming in.
And they will run into the
taking in a couple spears.
Castle.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea to move out of there.
There's a manga.
Nice play.
Ooh, scout right in the back though. Scout right in the back.
Oh, the play, very nice.
Yep.
Yeah, distracted Parker Potts enough to get a couple hits on those really weak fills.
Yep, 2 villagers
very
go down.
nice.
I think a third one's going to be sniped here, and potentially more. Alright, Parker Potts notices now.
Okay.
But yeah, Nimi will pull.
That's just annoying.
Okay. Yeah, and that's...
So that was the plan all along. Send a villager to the back to distract the spears.
Ooh,
and
look
let the
at
scouts
this
move back
forward
in.
lumber camp from Thalion. Well, sort of. Thought about stonewalling in, but it was like, you know what? That little chunk, that's enough. We don't need to use that. Let's not overdo it with the stone walls here, you guys. Alright, defensive castle coming down from Lethalion.
Alright, nice position. Really locks down that forward position and kind of secures her base really well. I like it.
And actually, this single scout is still denying this wood line over here. Although I guess these villagers could be in the wood line over here. But still.
This is a really close game. Vils are a little bit more in favor of Team Chukanu, but army size just a little bit larger for Teutonic Knights.
Oh no, bear raid on the wood line.
Ugh. That's very unfortunate, man.
Yes, but the will win it. Alright, second TC coming down for Gumflinger here. Pack Slayer is in pain. In a lot of pain. I'm listening.
That's a pretty sizable forward army from Nami, so he's moving forward. Curious if he's going to try to push that castle position, or...
I don't think you can push the castle, not with that. But also, it's definitely enough of an army, especially with the camel mixed in, that the Mangadai can't do it, and finds the hole before the houses go down.
Very nice. Gets a couple... Oh, nope. No Vil snipe.
Thinking about it. Gets the Vil. Like, you know what? I can get this one. Yoink.
I like it. So we're seeing a little bit more army coordination between these two teams.
Yeah, Knights from Thalion here now as well.
Oh, that's a big wood raid. All of West Townsville's come forward. So this is a little bit of the downside of having a forward position like this, is the armies are going to hit you a little bit sooner. But I would love to see West Town send those Vils to the castle, which I think she is very nice.
Yep. Now,
lost a couple of Vils, but it's not as bad of damage as it could have been. So that TC might go down. That is a lot of knights and camels. And Hindustanis do have a little bit of attack bonus versus buildings, but I think that castle's ranging just enough that it's kind of whittling it down a little bit.
Can it range the knights? And is that a team bonus from the Hindustanis? I
don't remember. I think it's just the Hindustani bonus. Oh, but we've got some spears coming in for Gunflinger. That's gonna clear it up. That's a questionable decision. I think that's a questionable decision. I think they did the damage that they needed to do to delay the economy, but now they just lost their army advantage. They're now down by 20 Vils, or 20 army.
Yep, and that is rough. And that actually gives Weston time to actually complete these walls. And once those are up, if you have a castle on one flank and the wood line towards the other, you're actually pretty safe from this happening again. Now we do have forward Vils from Nimi. Is this a repeat of Thalion? Are we sending a villager to be scouts again, or? That is
is that a forward castle? Oh no, that's
this is very much man. It's deja vu, man.
Because it's the same. It's like the same colors, like the teal and yellow.
Yeah.
like outlines look really similar, and the purple and blue
There
look really
is,
similar.
however, a castle, very nice placement on this hill from Nemi. Secure some golden stone, get some map positioning. Castle from
Yeah,
Thalion as well, slowly creeping our way forward here.
yeah, Nemi's having a nice boom. He's been on 3 T-suits for a while. He, has a cheaper fills with Hindustanis, and he's up at 76 fills.
Yep.
That's a little bit more than the rest of, the Team Chukunu.
Thrice I've been fooled by possums. No, wait, that was something else. But yeah, now just complete the walls in between the two castles and you're all set. And elite longbowman coming in from Weston. You put some longbows up behind this castle. Ooh, that's gonna be ugly.
Hey, I mean, even if you just get some longbowmen, move forward with all the pikemen, get a couple trebs out, and you could probably even forward pressure. Like, they don't... Like, the Teutonic Knights don't really have the army comp to fight pikemen right now.
Imperial Age coming in, though, and Marauders coming in for Thalion.
Ooh, so we're gonna see some Tarkans?
Potentially.
I see Tarkans. Yeah, we've got 4 Tarkans on the field.
So it would seem. We have Horsecollar coming in Castle Age for Nimi. That is going to help his wood economy a lot.
Quite a bit.
I say this as someone who myself had several games where I was like, why is my wood economy so bad? And then I checked and was like, maybe I should get my Feudal Age upgrades in Imperial Age.
I think I had a game on Saturday where I was like, man, my wood economy is terrible. And then I select my lumber camp and I didn't have double bed axe.
Yep, that's rough.
It was not pretty. Not pretty.
Castle coming down for Gunflinger now as well. Now I like the triple stack of castles in the center, about to be a quad stack. However, I think Chukunu also needs to be sure to secure their sides a little bit. And actually, you've got some wood lines, especially on the north, where if you wall between these, put some stone walls, that secures the entire flank already.
Yeah, I like it. And Nemi's sending more vills forward again. I wonder if we have a TC bug going on here. Or, maybe he thinks he's Spanish and coming forward with...
More castles. More castles from the Britons.
I really like that second
beautiful.
castle.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's like, hey, we're taking control of the center of the map. We're going on top of this hill. And once you have that control, how do you push a team off of that? Especially the Britons with the range,
Dude, you have such a great advantage on being a hill. Your castles are harder to destroy. You deal more damage when you're fighting, on the uphill side, fighting downhill. It's...
Oh no, the monk! No! Alright, Elite Mangadai coming in though, and I do like the double castle stack here from Partner Pots just because it's Mongols and you're trying to get to Mangadai and then you do want those castles together so you can just work away. So that's a good decision. I think Bracer coming in as well. So these Mangadai are going to be able to deal some damage.
Yeah, but we've got some forward pressure from Thalion coming towards Gunflinger's base.
And that is
and
just a
there's
palisade.
no army, no castle.
Oh no! They're in! Imp is on the way.
And is that the MTC? It is the MTC.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going to see
and there's
the
Tarkans here. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. This is actually, I think, enough cavalry to take that out. And the Hindustani is a team bonus, so this TC
I
is
would
in
love
danger.
to see Gunflinger bring all of his pikemen sitting in Weston's base.
The TC is melting. The Imp is going to be denied. This TC is half dead already and is still 2 minutes out. The Mangadai are here, but it's going to be too late. Imp is denied. Oh, what a nice play from Thalion there. Yeah.
What a play.
The Mangadai are here. They're going to have to pull back.
Coming.
They do distract the army, which keeps the villagers alive. I was going to say, you got to run those wills, Gunflinger. You got to run. That
was a great play. It's such a defensive spot with all those castles. Look for a weaker area of attack.
The forward lumber camp is going down, but a slightly less forward lumber camp has replaced it. The stone walls are up, and this lumber camp is going to keep going, dang it. Alright, okay.
Something about those trees, man.
The Mangadai are covering the villas as best they can to retreat, and there are pikes on the way, there are halbs on the way, so Gunflinger will be able to keep some eco alive, has a castle here to run to as well.
But I think it was a lot of
TC on the outside, but yeah, that was a tough raid. Yeah, 26 villagers lost. Now again though, Thalion is gonna lose, I think, the majority of her army. There's so many pikes here.
But I think the damage was done.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, look at the build difference now. Like, Thalion's
yeah.
team now has a 50 vil lead.
Yeah, and Imperial
from that one,
Camel
right?
coming in for Nimi now.
It's gonna be a nasty army composition. It's got some Golem, it's got some forward walls coming down, so kind of locking down that side of the
Still, again though, needs to lock down the flanks. I like the wall in front of the castles, but the castle's already protecting this. Close this gap on the side, prevent the side race. Ooh, Golem here as well though, 15 of them. Which will do quite well against the longbows. Paladin coming in against that.
Every time I go Golem, I lose. Like, I start the I'm like, oh, there's such a cool unit. I really want to go Golem. And I try to go Golem, and then I just get wrecked.
Golem, man, I don't like him, but that's because they hard counter meso civs, basically.
They're a unique unit because, like, you don't see them very often.
Yeah.
But they have high pierce armor. Base pierce armor, so they're good counter archer. But they have a pass-through damage. So when, like, units are bunched up, they're actually almost like a scorpion in the way that they attack. Even though they only have, standard one range, their attack passes through. Yeah. It's kind of a unique unit. I don't think there's really any other type of unit that attacks quite like they do.
No.
And it's a bonus that I forget a lot with that unit.
Yeah, and they have bonus versus eagles as well, which I hate, but some say I'm biased, but they are just not reasonable.
I don't understand that one because Senasanis have such great hand cannoneers. Yeah, so like, why do you need another infantry bonus against them?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a balance guy, or not one of the balance makers, so.
Alright,
so we have Paladin coming forward from Thalion, so
and
kind of starting to secure that position, but Weston does have a lot of helps.
I like the continued expanse of control in the center here. These forward walls from Weston, I think some in the north would be helpful as well, especially if that big army starts coming south. That might be a problem.
Yeah. It's got, what, 31 elite longbowmen?
Yep. 31?
Like, the Golem should do quite well with it, but, like, if she gets her walls up...
Yep, if there's a stone wall there, those Golem are going to struggle real bad. Alright, we got
Are we going to see fortified wall? Ooh, we got elite Tarkin coming in.
Interesting. Another TC down here from Weston, protected by Halbs. And we have another raid coming in, but this is going to be dealt with. The Halbs and Pikes are still here from last time, so those Paladin are not going to find much value. Hussar coming in now, and two more. This is, my goodness. Nimi has a castle stack here, man.
And those 3 bouncer prep coming in clutch.
Ooh, this is a dangerous castle from Phoenix. If this should be seen, I think, by Weston.
So.
And then,
but if that goes up, that's actually really good. Like
it's 2 tiles out of sight range. It's but you put a Treb.
It secures you in a good position, though. Like, yeah.
Does it? You just put a Treb on this hill, and it just gets wrecked so hard. Like, you can't even do anything about that Treb because there's a stone wall and 2
But look what Thalion's coming. Like, but Thalion's coming from that side.
That's
so
true. And actually, that's 3 Trebs, so I think this castle might go down. There's Paladin here that can kind of push back and possibly even clear up all these longbows.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough Halbs there to fight that number of Paladin.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Halbs in the south. But they're out of position, and yeah, this castle's gonna go down, I think. House Wall's coming up in the north, but it's a bit too late as we have Grand Trunk Road coming in for trade, I believe, from the Hindustanis, and Siege Elephant. Nimi is also pushing forward here.
I would love to see him move out at the same time as Thalion.
The Mangudire here is...
is he gonna snipe it in time? I don't think so.
The villagers were on the way to repair. It's just a few seconds too late. 1 or 2 volleys earlier, and it would have won. Now the Trebs will go down, but I think you're gonna have to pull back.
That was a nice snipe. Now run. Very nice. Nicely done by Parker Potts. So just a few seconds too late, but other than that, like a really nice play.
Yeah, and pulling back now while the Halbs and Pikes come in to help deal with his cavalry, and this is pulling back to under the TC, which is supporting fire. Ville's actually taking out this Treb. Good job from Weston to do that, and keep the TC alive.
Losing castle, but nice defense.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, I would have loved to see Nimi come, do the counterattack at the same time. Like, if that coordination of armies is so important in this, team games.
Yeah, and the army is coming in now. There's a fair amount of pikes. There's Mangadai. The Mangadai need to kite. The Mangadai needs to kite.
And we've got a Gunflinger coming forward with some pikemen to help support.
Yep.
And in the south, it looks like... Oh, Thalion was coming forward with some vills, but ran into West Dawn's TC and decided against it.
Yeah, big pike here. Big losses on both sides, but I think Nimi is going to win this out by sheer numbers. Especially because the range units are not microing and the Ghoulems are in on them.
So a nice clear up by Nimi to kind of clear up a lot of that middle center control.
Yeah, took some losses for that, but does take over now, and the siege elephants are here. Will clear up these buildings, and I think control this hill will go to Team Teutonic.
Oh man, but here comes the Goth spam of halbs. That is a lot of halbs coming forward.
Not halbs yet, just pikes at the moment.
They are just pikes.
Third attack coming in for them, but yeah, it's still gonna help. It's gonna deal with all the cavalry, and I mean you can spam pikes easier than you can spam.
Yeah, those Ghoulems are actually trading quite well.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's
that's
4
impressive.
castles, so actually, Nimi can replace these reasonably quickly.
I would like to see, one of the Teutonic Knights come forward and castle that hill, like secure that position, so that you have a stronger position to push out from.
Yeah.
Some really forward walls from Thalion. Wow, they do not want that south side raided at all.
Interesting. Also forward. Oh no, this is the house wall still. Yeah. Yep. Just needs to wall all the way to the edge to make that work. Did not mean to do those forward wills at all. Accidentally got
Hey, it actually worked out really well because he was able to get a good scout raid because you drew off those two spearmen. So, it's all part of the plan.
Value. All right, we have Anarchy coming in for the Goths. I would be interested to see a Ghoulam Huskarl spam war. Just to see how that goes.
I think Huskarl would have the advantage because they can be produced from barracks.
Yes, I would say so, if enough production. But Ghoulam don't produce super slow, and Nimi does have 4 castles. So I think long term, with large scale production, the Goths will win out in numbers, if perfusion is in. But like in one-on-one trades, I feel like the Ghoulam will do quite well just because of that pass through. Imperial away on the way again for Gunflinger.
Yeah, you're seeing kind of the effects of that massive raid that Thalion had earlier on Gunflinger.
Yeah,
like he was in a really good position, and then like that, one strong attack can just really push people behind.
Castle here from Lathalion, slowly working away forward. I think this could actually. It is on a hill. I'd like to see it on the center hill.
I would much prefer the center hill. Because you have the armory presence there to place it, and then just kind of stonewall.
Do Ghoulam have a bonus against pikemen? No, I don't believe so. They just do better.
It's they're just fully upgraded. They're fully upgraded, I think. Though I think actually no.
No, they're not. They're not.
They're missing. They're missing armor.
But they're an infantry unit. The way that like the champion line will trade better against the halb line. Just because champions are better at dealing damage to infantry units than pikes. Pikes are good at flooding lots of them, but pikes aren't actually great against infantry the way they are, because they mostly do bonus damage to cavalry. That's where their strength is.
Okay, so we do have another castle coming forward. I do like that position a lot better. That is a lot of pikemen from Parker Potts. Whoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Nomad's coming in.
That will destroy.
Cav Archer coming in. Looks like Parker Potts. Thalion is looking to divert and actually continuing this line of castles. We said we wanted the hill. She's slowly working right up it.
She's going up there. It's like she heard us.
Yeah. Little by little.
And
walls in the north here. No, there's not a hole there. Oh.
Yeah, and we got Fire Phoenix. Look like she's starting to tech into Cav Archers herself. So slowly but surely kind of building that.
Halbs, though, will take out a lot of camels here, and they will get cleared up, but that's good trades for them. You can easily replace those halbs. And here come all the pikes. I think you're gonna pull those back. I think if you send the pikes, you send the Mangadai as well. Keep them behind them just to do some damage. Try to micro down as a villager. Like, I am also a pikeman, you guys. I am one of you guys.
There's a lot of skirms though, and skirms will have a little bit of a bonus attack versus the the pikes, but
Yeah.
so it'll be interesting to see how this fight goes. That's a lot of pikemen.
Yeah,
and they've got full armor.
Yep.
Even if you lose them all
It's
all
fine.
those Imperials
And
go,
yep, here
go
come the
down and
Mangadai.
gone.
There we go. Mangadai to support. I think this is going to be a good fight for Parker Potts.
Yeah, just getting rid of that power unit off the field, I
Yep.
think is the biggest thing. Like those
Yep.
camels are so strong versus the Mangadai. Mangadai can fight pretty much all the other units, I think.
Yeah. And we're
with the proper
down
micro.
to Nigulum, yeah. Although the skirms are not the ideal thing to engage with the Mangadai.
Ooh, we have a petard on the field from Fire Phoenix. I think we're gonna see her petard through West Dawn's wall that's right in front of her castle, I think. Which makes sense, like kind of clear that pathway up for better flow of army.
Yep. And Keshik here as well. Along with some cav archers and cavalry.
Yeah, her army size is getting kind of up there. It's 38. Like, if rolls in at the right time, can do a lot of pressure.
Yeah, Gumflinger is working his way back in. He's up to 95 villagers.
Yeah.
Upgrades coming in. He's got another group of pikes ready to go.
Yeah, did a really good job of restabilizing.
Now comes the castle on top of the hill. And look at this line of castles that Team Teutonic Knights has down across the map.
That's
like
a lot of castles.
almost fully fortified. Now there's still a big opening down here. But other than that... Ooh, and that's 5 trebs rolling forward.
Okay, looking like a pretty strong position right now for the Teutonic Knights.
Yes.
Army size, though, is heavily in favor of Chukunu.
And with the army that's here in the middle, I think if Nimi overextends here a bit, he might lose all that siege. Which would be devastating. Now,
massive wall coming down.
Yes, which is nice defensively, but is not going to let him push. Guard tower coming in for Parker Potts. And oh my goodness! Look at that.
That's a lot. Talk about great production.
Yeah.
I like to see it.
Mongols.
So just like that, lost all those pikes and then got them all back up.
They're all back. Ah, Mongols don't get help. I was wondering. I was like, surely she would have gotten help by now if they had it.
No, but she does have all her armor and attack upgrades on it, so
they'll still be fine. And with Mangadai behind supporting. And actually, these longbows might find a couple kills here. Just need to not get too close to those castles and the skirms. Yeah, pull back. Pull back. There we go.
Yep. All right. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right.
There you go. Chemistry coming in. Cavalier coming in for Fire Phoenix. We are at 5 trebs. 5 trebs and 8 siege elephants, though. 8, yeah. Although siege elephants will not do well against all those pikes.
This, like, you know, Teutonic Knights has a really strong position. They've walled down. They've got a lot of wall castles. They are a little bit behind in vills and army numbers, though. So, like, one bad fight, they could kind of have the swing back and not have the economy to be able to replenish against what.
And if this fight gets taken well, now Chukunu aren't quite paying experience, but still the camels are in on the pikes instead of the longbows, so all the camels are going to get cleared. The Mangadai are on their way, and the other pikes are being pushed forward. Team Chukunu has noticed. I think the castle goes down from Gumflinger. Big
but
fight
he does
happening.
have Huskarls
Big
come in.
fight happening.
What a massive battle. I love it.
Trebs should go down. Mangadai are working away. Mangadai are going down to Castle Fire, though. Longbows are working away.
This is a close fight.
Almost
the
all.
The Huskarl coming in is huge, though. Like I think Purpose needs to pull back those Mangadai. Oh, it's so painful to watch. Like, let the Huskarl do their job.
Big fight, but look at that. Halb flood on its way, and honestly, that was almost basically all the gold units removed from that army. More camels on the way, but they're going to run into Halb. They're going to run into Halb. Halb. There we go.
Halb.
Yelling at them, go, Halbs, go.
Ooh, nice play by West Dawn, garrisoning the longbowmen inside the castle as those camels came in, but then immediately bringing it back out as they retreated.
And those halbs will absolutely rip through those siege elephants as well.
Just like that. All right, we're a minute 10, or an hour 10 almost into the game, so we've got about 20 minutes left. And
you gotta garrison those. Garrison them again. You have murder holes. I mean, the
Nice
longbows,
micro.
yeah,
That's a nice micro.
they'll
That's a
still
nice
win.
micro, you
They'll
know.
still win. It's just conserving some HP would be the slight advantage there, right? But,
Ooh, and we've got a Treb on the side. Took out Weston's forward TC. But we got some houses attacking the wall, so a little bit of a flanking attack.
This guy's
And
close off.
dude, the army numbers have like dropped by like 50 units.
Yeah.
It was such a massive battle on that.
Yeah,
hill.
but
like,
now
you can still see the bodies.
So many Goldians have been lost. Now the in the center, it's almost flipping. Like, they're sure the halbs are going down, but there's nothing really to take these Trebs down and keep them from taking out the castles on the hills.
Yeah, I think the Alion's castle's going to go down.
Yep.
There's no unit that can pressure those Trebs, and the longbow numbers are a little low, but at the same time they've got the range on the skirms, so they can just kind of micro back if they need to.
And Mangudai coming from north
is.
along with more Trebs. This second castle's also going to go
This
down.
4 positions about to be pushed back.
And there's a lot of pikes here ready again.
We have another fantastic game on our hands, guys.
Let's go.
Not like it wasn't fantastic before, but man, this is.
Ooh, we're gonna have a Treb war, and oh boy, here comes Fire Phoenix though. We have Elite Keshik, we have Heavy Cav Archers, we have Cavalier, and we have
and two-handed swordsman. That will shred the pikemen.
However, this castle is super dead. There are 8 Trebs now. It doesn't matter that it's uphill. This is a dead castle if I've ever seen one. The forward
Back those Trebs up.
wood
Oh, the forward lumbercamp
finally goes down.
And the villagers almost cut her way out. She's locked in. There's no way out.
And big push,
And
but the cavalry is
ooh.
heading right into the face of pikes and halbs. This is not.
But is fighting downhill? Fight.
If they fight, they're moving right now. They're taking so much
there it is,
damage
there it
right
is.
now. Okay, here we go.
Oh, and they're Tadars, so they had the hill advantage.
Yep, it's a lot of damage, and they will do. Yeah. It's hard to tell. They will win this out, but it's so expensive, and the longbows are helping behind. However, you have Paladin and more camels waiting in the wings once this is cleared up.
What a momentum
and all
swing.
the halbs are being. Oh no!
Like
longbows,
Fire Phoenix's army just like totally annihilated all of that.
Yeah,
Chukanu's
and
team
now
had.
the infantry is here, and oh no, that Treb died
The
to
Tard!
no.
The Tard! It's still chilling on the top of the hill.
He's like, this is my hill now.
It's like, just come at me. I've got a barrel of gunpowder. I'll take you out.
Alright, Halb's flooding forward. Gunflinger does pull back 2 of his Trebs, which I think will survive. The Halb should be able to take care of those 2 Paladin. Yeah, there we go.
It's gonna be close. I'd love to see a couple of vills prepare those Trebs, but
yeah.
Wow. And army advantage once again back in Parkerpot's team.
Yep.
Like, they needed to move forward when Fire Phoenix had that big push on through the middle. Like, the Alien and Amy needed to help support that and get those Trebs moving forward to take out those castles at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, you have this Treb stack here. I think even now, you push this army forward, you stay on this hill even, you can take out these castles and try to break through the lines, as we have Human coming in, which will give the Britons even more range.
Yeah, I would love to see Parker Potts move her production buildings a little bit more forward. Like, she's got, the 6 barracks, which she's doing a really good job of producing consistently.
Yeah.
It's a long way to walk.
Yeah.
And kind of the same for Teutonic Knights. Like, you have this hill position, build production building on top of the hill. Like, get your stables and archery ranges built on the top so you can reinforce more quickly. So that can also help swing fights, is just being able to reinforce your army faster than other armies. Ooh, we have fortified wall. I think I have that on my bingo sheet.
Oh, yep, fortified walls in.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, against Trebs, that buys you time, but not much else. Heated shot coming in. And Devotion. Gunflinger is getting upgrades, people. I love the addition of the 2 onagers here from Gunflinger. That is going to be so nice for like big army pushes and big fights. They've already been fighting value, but just like against mass units, onagers are such a good unit. Chemistry on its way. And onagers? Yeah. Ooh, nice snipe there from Nimi. Dives in, takes out the Treb, pulls back.
Ooh, and pulls right back. Great play.
Lost
So
2
we're a
Hussar,
minute
and
16.
that's it. Yep.
Man, the score is so close. Like, only 600-point difference. Army sizes a little bit more. It's now a little bit more in favor of the Teutonic Knights.
Sneak base from Thalion on the south.
Oh,
Right beside the wood line.
Sneaky. And that is a lot of Tarkin.
Uh,
8 Tarkin and Lightcap queued up. Though, I wonder if Gunslinger saw it.
coming
He's got
down.
some halbs just chilling underneath his TP.
Wolf,
Ooh.
the original Hoofnisi. Loom, let's go! The biggest upgrades, guys.
Hey, if you don't need it, why get it, right?
You know, that's fair. I don't think Weston is actually
Alright,
lost
so we
their
got a
long
little bit of
soldiers,
a
so it's fine.
forward castle from Weston. They're kind of hurting for wood. Look at the back of their base. Like,
Yeah,
they
they need to
really need
expand
wood
north
control.
or south to get that, because otherwise it's kind of a...
So I do kind of like that castle for Weston, kind of securing that position.
Yeah, and it actually secures a position for these trebs to work away on this castle from Thalion.
Yeah. And that castle's probably gonna go down.
I think so. It's being repaired, but these are
That's
these
not
are
enough
werewolf.
fills.
These are werewolf trebs.
Wawolf.
Wawolf. It's only 2 of them, but they're werewolf trebs, and there's halbs here to defend them from the cavalry that's flooding in little by little. So
Yeah, armory size only 30 units difference. Build difference 10 fills. Man, this is a close game, guys.
score difference is like 300 points.
300. 20 minutes left.
And there's a
All right, so Thayland does have a treb out in defense, and did she bring? She brought a couple more villas forward.
but more villas repairing the British castle and werewolf
Imagine if
trebs
he
should
just like deleted a portion of that wall with all those
would
camels
just
and ran
flood
it.
around. Yep.
Yeah.
As it is, the halbs are gonna be... They're pulling back a bit, chasing this one pikeman, which will actually pull the halbs into position. Ooh, pikes coming in from the north as well, though, which will catch the camels right as they're trying to pass through this gap.
Ooh. That's still good defense.
And I think
still
Weston
repairing.
is out of stone.
I think so. But that castle from Thailand slowly but surely going down,
Yeah.
but the camels are around. I think they're going to be able to get snipe at least one of those.
This
strikes.
castle has taken 11,000 damage,
Wow.
and it's still up.
What a play. What a good defense from
Yeah.
Thailand. She had just enough bills with all her upgrades to
Yeah.
kind of help hold that position.
And way to get past this big, massive halbs and pikes with the camels. They got cleared up,
Ooh,
but
and
they
we
got
have
the
a-
trebs, and they saved the castle, saved the position.
Yeah, and we have another attack up a little bit further north from Nimi
Yep.
with the whole armies out of position. Moved around with the trebs, taking down that castle.
Yep.
Got
Working
8
away on
minutes
this one as
left.
well.
But, you know,
Another castle
Chuknu
goes
has the
down.
score advantage. They have a larger army, and Vil count equal.
Ooh, the raids in the south are coming in now, though.
Ooh, but our
Teutonic
halbs that's not enough.
There's so much. There's so many. I think you just split up. If you split up the Hussar, they just raid everything. Teutonic Knights are pushing on the full front. They're pushing in the north. They're kind of pushing through the center, keeping the army busy, but they're also raiding in the south.
The army advantage is in favor of Chukunu, though. I don't know where the army position is, but that Vil difference is dropping quickly.
It's
Like they're what 20 ahead now almost. Like,
But
that's a massive raid by Thalion.
But the entire army by Chukunu is pikes and halbs, and
Yep.
those will
There's
trade
no-
well, but they're slow. They're just slower than all the cavalry, and the Hussar are all over the eco. The Hussar actually take down together with the Tarkans, Gubflingers, TC in the south.
Yeah, but they did clear up all of Nimi's army in the north, so that was a nice play. And then, but Gunflinger's eco is not looking super happy. But
Nope.
on the bright
And
side,
Parker Pod's
there
being
was
hit
not
as
a
well.
lot of wood left on that side, so their economy wasn't that heavily favored on that side.
Yeah.
So,
And ooh, these castles being trebbed away at.
I would love to see just another forward wall coming down from Thailand, trying to just secure that position even further.
Yeah, although that's you're gonna have to move those trebs, or that's not gonna complete.
Wow, what a game. So 50 Vil advantage now for Parker's team, but they have 40 more army. That's the thing, like when it's long games like this, like when you do massive raid, it feels great, but sometimes all those units that are in queue just pop on out and can sway the army advantage. So nice snipes of the trebs down in the south. So Weston's castles are secured for a little bit longer, but we've got trebs on top of the hill.
On the top, and the Hussar
So
is still raiding in the back. The entire eco back here is dead. And that's Parker
wow.
Potts eco back there as well. It's been hit.
Has migrated a lot of vills up to the other side now and has back production building, so kind of stabilizing, but there's only 4 minutes left in the game. 100 score difference. What a game.
I'm gonna score. This trap gonna go down? No, it stays alive on 4 HP.
4 HP. What a trip. That's a pretty tremendous.
Send the halbs forward. Take the trebs, take the camels. Flaming camels!
What?
Flaming camels!
I love it. MVP right there. Let's go.
Oh, treb goes down.
3 minutes left.
But
somehow Chukunu has the lead. Oh, we just had a score switch. We have a score switch.
Oh man.
Coming down to the final 2.5 minutes. This is such a close game.
And the military is just not in position.
Gunflinger has a lot of halbs up by Weston's TCs. Are they going to come forward to attack? Parkerbots does have a lot of pikemen in the back to deal with those Hussar raids.
Yep, just has to catch up to them.
And the spam is coming back from the Goths again. They're cleaning forward that forward push all of a sudden. But, I don't know.
Yeah.
Teutonic has a 300-point lead with 2 minutes left, minute and a half. It's looking pretty good for Teutonic right now.
Yeah, I think they have the advantage right now unless they take
some. No, that back raid is completely cleared up by all of those pikemen.
Very nice. TC does go down here as well, though. This raid has cleared 4 TCs by now, and all the eco that was around it. But
1 minute left, 300 point score difference.
Halb's pushing out now.
And, you know, another army size 30 ahead for Chukunu. And the score, it's getting a little bit closer.
It's close. It's
30 seconds left, though.
It's 100 points difference. The score switched again.
Wait,
Chukunu are ahead.
What?
The flaming camels are on the way.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we got some onager shots taking out a ton of those skirmishers. Oh.
Scrims go down. Halbs are in on the flaming camels. Flaming camels go down. This onager is also going to go down. Redham,
wow.
Hour 30. We're in the last seconds of the game.
Because I think what was the last one? It was like a hour 32 or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, we're getting close, but Chukunu are pulling ahead. They're 700 points up now.
I really like the onager edition. That's so good.
Those onagers have been putting in a lot of work. I think 24 kills on those two.
But man, look at Gunflinger's base. It's blue. There's blue. So many Hussar.
Cap flooding forward. There's also cap flooding forward into Halbs though, and at this point the score out of just churning through light cav with Halbs.
Gunflinger's army size 123. That's amazing.
And the back raids run into the pikeman raids again, or the pikeman defense.
Oh,
Lots of units down here that need to be moved. And light cavs still fighting, and that's game. Chukunu wins. 700 point difference. Less even.
Wow.
What a game. Almost 1,000 halbs created by Parker Potts.
Wow.
Wait. They do get halb? No.
No, it's just a symbol for the unit.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second. And I'm like, no, those are still pikes. I was like, I checked this. I checked this.
That was a game. Man, we've had some incredible games today.
Yeah.
Like that Grandbar game, and then this one.
Yeah.
We're just so close.
Man,
and
glad you stuck around. Sorry, was like, get some sleep, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night's rest.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, man.
But yeah, these have been really close games. Like down to the seconds, down to single point score switches in the last minute.
Wow, what a game! Yeah, because even like the Grand Bar game from the previous set, I think if the game had kept going on, like the Berserks still had a good shot of winning that game too.
Yeah, it was definitely possible. Eco relic gold, 3 relics for Gunflinger, or 1,000.
Wow, look at Thalion's KD. 424 to 425.
Incredible. Incredible. That is skill right there. We can only dream of having the perfect eco KD like that, or the perfect KD.
Wow.
Big
Let's-
APM spike right here for Weston. That was for the longbow micro, I guess, while they were microing back the camels.
Oh, right.
I'm assuming that was that point. But yeah, that was game one. Hold on.
That, oof, that was such a good game.
To here? Yeah. And that was Hillfort.
That was
And
Hillfort,
that
so
goes
Teutonic.
to Chukonu.
Shukun. Ooh, so they took the home map of
They
the
did
Teutonic.
take the home map, and I think our follow-up game is going to be Arenaception.
I was really impressed with pretty much everyone. Even Fire Phoenix, like that when she came forward with that army, that like I think that Chukunu were about to push back
Yeah.
and gain control of that hill when she came forward. Like that really saved their position to be able to keep pushing.
Yeah, and having the infantry there to deal with the Halb spam
Oh yeah,
really
the how numbers just disappeared. Like
yeah,
that was such a great
that
game.
was great. All right.
Good night, Cliff Spirit.
Night, Clef.
All right, so I'm at
Okay.
second 8 of
Yeah.
game 2, which I think is Arenaception.
Yes, it is Arenaception. I think this is a shorter one, if I'm correct.
Okay.
Arenaception. Here we go. And I believe there was a swap of players. So instead of Nimi, Dovekey is going to be playing for
Okay.
Teutonic Knights on this one. No bingo,
Excellent.
Sag. It's alright, you have 6 more days to try and get bingos.
But you have to start with a new bingo sheet every day.
Yes, this is true.
Oh. Just stay awake for one more game. You got a chance.
Surely, Copium.
All right. Well, I'm at second 8, so I'm ready to go whenever you're all set.
I'm loading in at the moment.
Cool.
Loading.
Dum, dum, dum. Whew. Man.
Second 8,
I
man,
cannot
you are
believe.
slacking. You used to be a second 7 guy.
I know. I'm still so like my brain's just fried after that last game. It was such a good game, man.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm just tired for the players playing that game.
True. All right, I am on second 8 as well. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so game 2
Yes.
on Arenaception. In the cold colors, we have Thalion on flank as the Franks. In pocket, we have Fire Phoenix again, this time playing as the Persians. And on the other flank, Dovekey as the Georgians.
I think a particular favorite Civ of Dovekey.
And a particular non-favorite of mine that I insisted we ban. All the
I
time.
was so upset about that. We specifically did not ban Georgians.
Yeah.
And it was banned every time.
Oh yes,
against
absolutely. There was.
To be fair, I didn't want to play against them, but I kind of wanted to play them.
There was.
So.
I think we had one set where we decided to not ban Georgians because it was like, okay, we can use them, and I think we can, like with the players I have, we can work with them having Georgians as well. But that set they banned Georgians. I was like, oh no. Anyway.
They are a strong Civ.
On the other side, Gumflinger playing the Celts. Weston in pocket as the Hindustanis, and the other flank Parker Potts with the Huns. So actually, most
good civs all around.
most of the civs that Teutonic Knights used on hill forts, Chukunu are using on Arenaception.
Yeah, so the only swap was between Celts and Tatars, which makes sense because there's no hills on this map, so Tatars don't have quite the advantage that they would have.
I do also
Whereas on Hillport, I think that was a good pick.
Oh yeah, for sure. I do also think that in this matchup, Celts are going to be really nice to have because you have 3 civs that like playing Cav.
Yeah, and you need a little bit of mobility. So this is a unique map. I think this has been in pretty much every rendition of
Yeah, I think so. I'm not
the
sure if it
tournament.
was the first year, but definitely the last couple of years.
Yeah. So similar to Arena, except there's access to the backside of your base, which allows for attacks on the outside, but also allows for trade if the game goes extremely late.
Yep.
That's one of the main reasons why it's been in the map pool. But
relics are still all in the middle, but you have back golds as well that you can take. And are there back stones? I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, it does. I think a lot of it, most of it depends on the map gen, but I think most of them always have backstone.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it looks like every player has at least one back stone. I'm
Ooh,
seeing.
Parker Potts' base is kind of rough. Like, there's no back gold, and
Yeah.
like all her golds are forward. So like, if the alien comes forward with this castle drop,
That could be really
that
rough.
would be very rough. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice quiet start. Most likely, there's not really much opportunity for early pressure. Oh no, Gunflinger lost the Ville to the boar.
Oh no! No!
Just red, slowly, in the back corner, just slowly fading away. That is sad. The scouts coming over to investigate what happened to the lost Ville.
Sad. Scout will hit the boar.
Oh,
This
I
is
like
for
the
Frank!
little lure
Alright.
though. I like it.
Okay, but needs to keep it going, or else, yeah, the boar will leave again.
That boar cannot make up its mind. He's like, I'm tired from killing that Ville.
That
I'm
was
just
a lot of
gonna
work, you guys.
go back to my little nesting ground. You know, it's funny. As many years as I've played this game, I still lose Villes to the boar so easily.
Yeah.
You'd think it wouldn't happen as much anymore, but oh, shoot the boar! Shoot the boar!
Shoot the boar! Shoot the boar! Shoot! 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 Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like moving back just those extra steps to get the boar closer to the TC.
Yeah. A little bit of redemption. I like that. That was a nice play. Alright. And we've got, looks like Weston's pushing deer. Very nice.
Getting fancy.
And drawing it closer to the TC. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright. Dovkey. Looks like she was able to shoot her boar underneath TC. So just a nice kind of a
And
good, but
of course using
a little late getting the second board. But that's okay. It happens. For sure. Yeah. I think we've seen that already today. Yeah, Fire Phoenix kind of chopping away. Got her
on the way up to feudal already, actually.
Ooh, very nice. You got that faster working TC with Persians.
I think those villagers need to drop off the food.
I think it might be looking for the boar. Like I hate boar spawns like this that hide behind the walls.
Is there one outside here? There's a 2 sheep which you just found.
No, it's right behind the gate on the backside.
Closer to yeah, I see it.
It's taking a while to find it. Like,
that's so annoying.
It's so unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Thalion.
Parker Potts and Weston on the way up to feudal as well. And actually, Parker Potts. Oh, moving to the forward gold. Ooh, that is a beautiful mining camp placement. I love that.
Yeah, there's no critiquing of that one.
No.
That's beautiful. It's almost like the mining camp is sitting down onto a chair of gold.
The throne. The golden throne.
The golden throne.
Of course, the drawback is, as you mentioned, this is super far forward, and even just a tower here can deny this entire gold. But that's unfortunate generation. Hey, look, Thalion has a golden throne as well. Let's see if her mining camp placement is as nice.
That's the whole reason why they're at war with each other.
Yeah.
They want to fight over who has the better golden throne. That makes
Thalion
sense.
is pinging her gold. Check this out, guys. My gold is so cool. I have the best gold. If anyone thinks they have the gold as good as mine, I'm going to fight them. That's what she said. As all of Chukunu is on the way up to feudal age now.
That's really funny.
And Thalion on the way up as well. And with that, I think... Actually, no, Dovekey's not quite on the way up yet. Is taking advantage of the bonus of the mule cart, though, to keep that eco mobile and efficient.
I do like that. Meal carts are nice, man.
Yeah.
You get a little spoiled with when they have it. Ooh, we've got forward walls coming down from
Ooh,
Parker
those
Potts,
are
but I think
super
you can misjudge where Thalion is because she's building walls inside of her opponent's base. And I think the Vil got a little confused because now it's walking into a wood line. Oop, and it's fixed. But we have a forward wall Vil from Dovekey. Wow, that Vil, I totally missed that. That was a long way for that Vil to walk forward.
That is super forward walls. And she's
on both sides.
These are, yeah, these.
Dovekey woke up and was like, I asked myself this morning, what can I do for my team?
Curious to see what happens in this DMZ in the north here.
I think Parker Potts is going to be able to walk past it in time. I'm really curious how she's going to wall it, though. Like, I hope she secures those forward golden stones that cuts Thalion off from those.
Well, I mean, you can just move the second half of the wall back a bit around the stone wall. What you don't want to do is just wall off the gate.
Completely wall in. Just wall in Thalion. Just completely.
No.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty fun.
Probably not very productive, but it would be really cool.
Do it for the viewers. Alright, what do we got here?
Dude, I'll remember that next time I play.
Listen,
like, these games make sense. I gotta do things for the viewers.
Yeah, that's the main reason
to
play.
I have one game I was very proud of myself for, hopefully from a viewer standpoint, but...
Fair enough.
It's when I killed you, Ben. That's like, when you and I were on the same...
I died a lot of games, alright? I lose track of who all killed me this tournament.
That's funny.
Ooh, nice hits from Dovekey there.
Anyway.
On Gunflinger's Scout. Might see this and might actually find Parker Potts' Vil in the process. No, I don't think so.
But does Parker Potts' Vil has... Yeah, she has Loom, so she should be okay.
Parker Potts might wall herself out.
Hey, sneak Vil in the back. Why not?
True.
Though those look like Fire Phoenix has a Scout in the back.
However,
just,
yeah, Gunflinger is walled in. Gunflinger's Scout, and will have to retreat. With Scout and Vil chasing him. And
ooh, the stone wall behind.
Interesting.
Wow. Ooh, we have militia on the south side from Dovekey. Does that count as a drush? I don't know. So. It's forward. It's outside of our base. And she attacks them.
But it's not pressure in any way. And it's behind two sets of walls. Well, one and a second wall is coming up right now. That's not a drush, dude. You gotta at least like if she even moved forward to this red wall and hit it once, I'd be like, all right, fine. But as long as
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
If those militias moved forward and attacked the wall, then I would probably count it. But they're definitely there just for defense.
As long as you don't even leave the walls you've built yourself. Alright, the Scout is still alive from Gunflinger. Still going, and there are more happenings here, as now there is a market coming. The Scout is here, though this Vil has abandoned the stone wall for now.
Okay, very nice. Dude, Gunflinger's Scout is still alive.
Yeah, I know. 2
HP and is running like the wind. Is that a Mesoamerican horse? I don't know.
It's not teal.
That is true. And the tail is not bouncing quite the same way.
Yeah.
With the the rhythm of the horse.
Alright, these walls, the stone wall will complete, and Parker Potts has moved really in the outside. This Vil, I think, has discovered these stone walls now. It's like, well, I'm stuck in here. I want to see a 1v1 Vil fight.
Is trying to cut through. I think Parker Potts or Dovekey's gonna get that wall up in time though.
Yeah. I think she has plenty of time.
Ooh.
Castle Age coming in from West On though. And
very
this guy
nice.
died. And Castle Age from Thalion as well. And Gunflinger is about to discover he can't put those walls that far forward.
I'm seriously impressed with the walling of Dovekey. That's a lot of commitment, but at the same time, really protects those flanks.
Yeah.
Well, she's a flank, but protects Thalion for sure.
Yeah.
Thalion placing a forward tower on Parker Potts' wall.
Yeah, just slowly work your way through.
Is that Palisade gonna go down in time?
Ooh.
Devkey getting it up just in time.
Close. Good try though, and nice job bringing the villain on that as well. That's
Yeah. I like that play.
Alright. Gunflinger is gonna wanna there you go. He's deleting all those foundations to get the res back and just building a stone wall here.
Alright, nice play. I like it. Now, what if Devkey deleted her wall with those 2 militia and came forward?
That could be super dangerous. If Gunflinger's not paying attention, Weston immediately drops 2 more TCs on reaching Castle Age, one on the wood, one between the stone and gold.
Yeah, something I've noticed with Weston, especially the last game, she's been one of the first people up every time. And so I think she was first to Castle and first to Imp last game.
Yeah,
really likes to get that economy rolling.
Yep, and looks like she's going for cavalry as husbandry's coming in, first armor is already in, double stables actually already, and camels are being queued up.
Alright. She's got a fairly healthy food economy. Would like to see more, especially if you're going 3 town centers. It's good to have around 6 fills per town center, just to keep up that production. And then when you're going cavalry, they're really heavy on food and gold. So you probably want a little bit less on wood. And, you know, build the farm counts a little bit more, but overall, solid.
Let's see, yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're floating 1200 wood, then probably just pull a couple off the woodline. You can even keep sending them from this TC to the wood, and then always pull off a group of like 3 or 4, set new farms.
Every time you get the wood for it.
Yeah.
Second TC for Thalion, dropping it on the stone. Interesting.
Wooden stone.
Who is Thalion? Oh, so she's the Frank. So wonder if we're gonna see. We might see that forward castle.
How many castles are the Franks dropping this game?
I'll have to think on that one. Well, I'm gonna say 6.
Interesting. Looks like Parker Potts went for a tower here, but Dovekey had his stable built in here, killed the villager, denied the tower.
Ooh, at 96%. It's a doubt tower!
It's a doubt tower! That is one magnitude too small to be a doubt castle. And Dovekey over here is like, you know what? This gold is super far forward, but I have mobile mining camps, so I'm going to start taking it. If you pressure me, I can always still leave. Right in the center, camel versus scout. That's not going to end well for the scout.
No, it is not. Though it is a little slightly faster, so it might get away.
Nope, not if it does that.
Not a good day for that scout. Oh, it's the teal scout. Oh.
Rip. Defensive castle for Parker Potts.
I would have loved to see that castle securing those other golds.
Yeah, just like up here.
It's just a slight change. Now, granted, Thalion does have knights, and if those knights were out, that would probably be a denied castle. But you have to really try hard to make sure that you secure all those extra resources.
Castle Age on the way from Gunflinger. Castle Age on the way from Dovekey. And lots of upgrades coming in.
Yeah, Vil count in favor of Chukanu again. So really healthy economy from Weston.
Yep.
That 3 TC boom is it's showing its worth, man.
It's working. We're up to 17 farms and more being created. Both wood and farming second upgrades are in, so heavy.
And I forgot. Yeah, I forgot Weston is Hinastani, so Vils are cheaper. So maybe you don't have to have quite as many Vils on food to secure it.
Yeah, I mean you probably still want it for the if you're in camp.
For sure.
Ooh, nice. Nice touch. Weston is also going out for relics. Has a camel guarding this one, so we'll get some of that gold coming in.
Like it. Thalion is thinking it as well, guarding it relic as well, and no monk in queue yet. But we do have 2 battering rams.
Marauders coming in.
Interesting. And 4 stables just being dropped by Parker Potts.
So, Tarkins potentially as well.
I think so.
2 more TCs dropped from Gunflinger here as well, though. So
alright, so we've got strong eco advantage for Chukuni right now.
And that's gonna keep expanding as we are currently 8 TCs to 4.
Army size definitely an advantage for the Teutonic Knights, but with the stone walls, it's a little harder to do damage.
Right. I do think if these rams come forward with the knights supporting, they can push their way into the base and cause some serious problems. But
yeah, 4th TC coming down for Weston, securing that
wow.
outside gold. I really like that.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's a fantastic TC. Just because like you need to secure that outside gold, and like you don't have the stone for castle quite yet. I would like to see like the castle placed close to that TC, but yeah. Ooh, interesting barracks play by Weston. Wonder if they got sight of some of the knights and decided to play.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, I think the knights here were down here in front of the castle. They might have been in sight line.
Yeah.
Might be thinking of a switch. Castle coming down for Thalion, and castle coming down right beside the TC for Weston as well. Castle coming down from Dovekey forward in front of the gold, securing that.
I do like that position as well. So the only thing I would do is maybe just do a little bit of scouting, just to make sure that there's no army presence there before moving out.
Yep.
But all right, so Relic being taken by Thalion, so she was able to manage to snag one of those.
And one is in for Weston right now. So I'm curious to see whether we get some more contesting of the remaining 3 relics.
Yeah, 3rd TC coming up for Parker Price. You know, Chukunu is really leaning heavily onto the economy side, and look at that, almost 60 vills ahead now.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Arenaception, right? With the stone walls that prevent the early pressure without the need to invest resources into walling, you can lean pretty heavily into eco for a good while.
Yeah, if you're not getting like castle dropped or double castle dropped, you know, or triple, you know, that happens sometimes.
So I've heard.
Then the economy is going to give you a really strong lead.
Speaking of pressure, though, the Rams are rolling out. Thalion, think you're making a play, I think. But yeah, I think you're right. I saw pikes coming in from Weston, so yeah.
Okay.
Probably looking to counter those knights, and I think that is a correct play to lean into infantry here. Lots of barracks being dropped by Gunflinger as well. You have so many cav civs on the opposing side. Have at least one player commit to Halb. And Tarkins from Parker.
So it is Hindustanis. I would have preferred to see Imperial Camel because that does the same.
Yes, I prefer to see that and have the Celts go Halb, right? But it is easier to get to pikes while you're working your way up to Imperial Camel.
That is true. That is true. Though 30 on farms now for Weston. Love to see it. 26 for 27 now for her Parker Potts. Gunflinger slowly catching up. Is at 18. All right.
4th TC for Parker Potts being dropped and 3rd TC for Thalion.
Look at the Vil difference. It's almost 100 different now.
Fortified walling for Gunflinger.
Ooh. And we got the wall off coming forward with Weston.
And Thalion looking for a forward castle here. There's Tarkins here, but I think there's enough knights to deal with this. Let's see if there's a reaction. Okay, the Tarkins have seen this. They're coming forward.
And, you know, Manaspa really strong for the Georgians.
Yeah.
They're quite strong.
Yeah.
However, they have lost some HP in like the most recent patch. And they do take a little bit longer to produce. And so they do die a little bit easier to Halbs as well as Imperial Camel. Like Imperial Camel do really well versus them.
Oh, the knights took so long to position that Thalion lost almost all her villagers before the knights even started fighting.
And a ram snipe.
Yeah.
So knights are better than Tarkins, but trying to snipe that.
Yep,
but we got pikemen from Weston coming in. Those pikes are gonna clean that up. Yep. At this point, Thalion, you just need to just run your knights. Like, don't take that fight. Oh, nice. Very nice.
Very good.
Decides to disengage and repairing the wall from Parker Potts. It's like, not today. It's like, we're not having a repeat of that hill fort where...
Didn't like that. Okay, so castle being placed more defensively for now.
Alright, that's not a bad place. Still kind of ranges that... Close to ranging that forward gold, so I like it.
Do you have 2 players from Chukunu on the way up to Imp? And actually, Weston is creating more stone walls here to section off, keep more of her eco in the center safe, and maintain control. Cavalier on the way for Thalion, though. Inscription coming in. More TCs being dropped now by Teutonic Knights.
So if you feel like you're running up against a lot of like pikemen and infantry like that, like they're Franks, you can go throwing axemen, and you do very well versus infantry of any kind.
Ooh, Swan Towers coming in for Dovekey. I actually really like this because it's a tech that gives your towers pass-through damage.
Castles too.
Yeah, which is going to be super helpful against a Halb Flood.
I like to see it.
And alright, castle coming down from Parker Potts here in front now to protect her gold a bit better and also kind of start getting control of these forward golds.
Like it, and she is in. She's not in Imperial Age quite yet. Okay.
Nope. And so
a little short on gold, but
Potts, sorry, not Potts. Thalion is queuing up trebs, so this castle is in danger. Not that many Tarkins.
We have throwing axemen again, ladies and gentlemen. How about that?
They are. Naspa starting to roll out. We have 7 of them on the field.
Okay, looking good. They are just regular Manaspa, so not elite. Well, still in Castle Age. That is 36 pikemen from Gunflinger. I think should be okay, but I really do like the Dovekey's position with that castle. Like secures that stone and gold.
Yeah.
Just kind of locks down a good chunk of that middle position. Alright, so I feel like we're kind of a little bit at the calm before the storm, right? Like people getting in their upgrades.
Lots of murder holes coming in. I think I saw it from 3 different players now.
It is a very helpful tech sometimes. Ooh, second castle coming forward down on Gunflinger.
And another more forward castle from Thalion as well, which once she places this, I think she might get vision on this castle. Does have 2 trebs in the castle with a 3rd one in queue.
And I like that she has her monks healing up her knights.
Yep. Heavy Camel coming in for Weston though, so it looks like she's making her way up to Imperial Camel.
Yeah, so Tarkins are a cool unit. I would much prefer to see just regular knights from Parker Potts. Just for the melee type of fight, they do much better.
Oh, and that is game. I think this is game due to time limit. Specifically, because of some of the early scheduling problems or resolving stuff, they ran out of time to play the full length of their second game, which is a bit unfortunate because I'm very excited. I would have been very excited to see where this game was going to go.
Yeah, I do think that Chukunu was in a better position. Like just there are almost 150 mils ahead. Like incredible job from Parker Potts and Weston and really Gunflinger too. Like he actually is leading the team and Vils. So even with probably the pressure that Thalion and Duffy is going to put on, I think the ecos are strong enough to be able to refute that.
And yeah, they had counter units ready, right? There's pikes everywhere to deal with the cavalry, and cavalry is what they were going. Although Phoenix again going infantry, which could have been devastating against the Halbs.
So. Pikes,
and we had throwing axemen coming in as well, so you know.
Yeah, I definitely could see similar scenario where the battles are close, and then Fire Phoenix comes in with the longsword army and just kind of clears up.
Yeah.
All the Halbs, but yeah, would love to see this one go through. But I'm glad we still got to see this art. Like there was actually some exciting stuff that happened.
Yeah, some fun moments. And hold on. Okay, so 2 relics for Weston. Yeah.
And then 1 for Thalion, I think.
Yeah. And then 2 are still out on bout, I guess. Peak APM 57 for Thalion at minute 3.
Hey, micro and those fills that wood line probably.
Hey man, I'm not judging. That's not usually where the peak is, but I guess we didn't go all the way to the big imp fights. Fair
That
enough.
is fair.
All right. Well, that is game 2. This one by
Shukanu.
yeah. Just to catch up with stuff I'm. All right, there we go. Chugano takes game 2. I'm on. So congratulations on the 2-0 victory. And yeah, good games all around. I had a lot of fun watching these. So
They were some good games, and I
yeah.
think that one was shaping out to be a good one too.
Mhm.
Good games. I think these are some of the closest castle bracket games
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
we
for sure.
tested. Last year we had a couple good ones. Like there were some really close ones, but
Oh
man,
yeah. But I mean, we'll see
these
we'll see
were
how the rest of the bracket goes, but if all the castle bracket games continue like these ones have, it's gonna be a close
excited.
bracket, yeah. All right, give me 2 seconds here.
Moving forward, is the next cast on Saturday, I believe.
That is the plan. Yep. If you
Okay.
go to my channel and click schedule, there's also a list of the. Uh, Here? Am I still here? Yeah, I think so. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, my computer is just doing stuff, but cool. Yeah, so the schedule is up. It's on week by week. So then if you click through, you'll see the schedule for next week as well. But yeah, next stream is planned on Saturday. Um, and then we will going from there. The next set or the next sets that will be cast will be the first sets of the Imperial bracket. So that'll be I think Outpost Rushers versus Corner Checkers
Ooh, very
and
fun.
Fast Castle Boomers versus Castle Droppers.
Oh, so we're gonna do both sets. Sweet,
That is the
sweet.
plan. So we're doing the first round, the full first round of Imperial, and then Sunday should be the second round of Castle bracket.
All right, I'll get my singing voice all warmed up for Saturday then.
Excellent, excellent. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out and watching. It's been a lot of fun watching
Yeah,
all these
it was.
games, and
Yeah, some great games. I'm
yeah,
excited for the rest.
yeah, for sure. And yeah, thanks for the co-cast, Southpaw,
Absolutely.
hopping on. And yeah, with that, I think I am going to wind the stream down. I will see how quickly I can get this started export to YouTube. I know I had some issues with that over the Hidden Cup duels, and we didn't get all those. So I'm gonna try and really make sure we get every single set this time.
Excellent.
But yeah, that's all from me for tonight. Have a good night, everyone, or I guess afternoon, depending on where you are. And I will see you all hopefully on Saturday.
Good night.